Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of the Super Mega Riftbound Podcast. Lots to talk about today. Vendetta is here. Lots of cards to go over. The T1 bundle is coming into potential bans. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Hello, Riftbounders. Episode 28 coming into the books for the Super Mega Riftbound Podcast. My name is BattleTested, joined here by Teddy and Gale. Once again, we've got a fun episode planned for you guys today. We were gone last week, but we're back this week, coming in hot. Got a lot of card reveals and everything. I'm pumped about it. Gentlemen, how you feeling today?
I'm super excited. I'm ready for a new set. I'm ready and raring to get new things working on. We got opposing domains now, so that's exciting. We have a whole new set of things to look at and be interested in, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, it's so interesting this time of year when you're going through, or this time of set, I guess, when you're going through reveals, and it's just like, what do I play? What do I do? I don't like, because I'm of the belief that like I can't start really playing a deck until we get all of the cards, because I could be playing a deck and looking at it in one direction, and then the cards comes out and it totally shifts my direction, and everything I've played just goes out the door. Like the basics of the deck are gonna stay. But so I'm kind of just waiting till next week ends, and then I can start fully testing. Right now, I think it's a Kali and Zed, but we'll see.
Nice, very fun. I went to locals last night, right? Going into this week in Riftbound a little bit for me. I went to locals last night, and I played round one. So I played at a shop that has a 10-minute less timer. So it was 50-minute rounds instead of 60-minute rounds.
Yep.
And round one, I played against Backpack Ezreal. Right?
Yeah. Who are you playing?
I was playing Diana. He won game one. By the time he won game one, we had 10 minutes left on the clock, which should have been the 20 minutes. I won game two, and then time was called immediately. And so we drew, and I lost the roll off. So I did not win the first match. And then the second match, I played against Aurora. And the same thing happened. And I was like, okay. Well, I ended up 2-0ing the Aurora, but it was like the most slog-filled, like no brain power game I've ever played in my entire life. You know what I mean? No discredit to my opponent. Just how the game played out was just zero like thought. It was just acceptable losses. Do you have it on Aurora or do you not have it on Aurora? And then game three, he had to mind splitter twice before he could drop Aurora, so the game was just over. But so I'm very much looking forward to new cards because I want to shake up rather than sitting through some like super grind match.
And then you can lose to Blue Aurora.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Jace Aurora.
Yep, Jace Aurora.
Or you can face my Backpack Kennen.
Listen, Kennen is very interesting to me. We'll get to that in the card reveals, but he's very interesting to me.
Gale, how was your last week in Riftbound?
Yeah. What about you guys?
Last week in Riftbound, I was at the PPG event in Dallas, which is one of the first Showdown series. I think it's the second one. No, SCGCon wasn't. This is the first Showdown.
Yeah.
No, SCGCon wasn't a Showdown series.
No. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah. So this was the first Showdown series, which is very interesting to see how that all panned out. I got to be a bounty player for them for this, which was super fun.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about bounty in a second. I ended up playing Lux for the event, and I ended up learning something about myself. I hate those types of decks. I thought I'd give it a try because it's the first time we've seen something like this in Riftbound. I went really hard into it in the theory crafting section and in the practicing on it. But when I actually sit down to play the game, oh my God, I've realized that enjoyment matters so much in how well you play.
Absolutely.
Eli's like, finally.
I feel validated. You know what I mean?
Small things that I love about a deck like Lilia or a deck like Yasuo excite me so much that I want to do them correctly. In a deck like Lux, I'm just like, all right, yeah, this is not optimal, but I just want the game to end. Just put the cards on the table, right?
Yep.
So I learned about that, but being a bounty player for PPG was super exciting. I got to show off a new format that I had made. As you know, for bounty players, they get like packs to hand out. So once I had gathered enough packs, I would play a Pygow with my opponent to give them a second chance to win their packs. And Pygow is like a one-pack format that I made. You open the pack, you make 3-3-card decks, single battlefield, infinite mana, infinite power, infinite energy, infinite power, single battlefield, first to hold wins. And that was super fun to test out with people there. I'm going to end up making a graphic about it with the rule set for the launch of Vendetta, so that when you go to the first Nexus Nights for Vendetta, you have a new way to play with your packs.
Yep, super fun. They do it in Magic as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit different rules, obviously, because it's a different system, but very, very fun little mini game you can play with packs.
So if you just don't get a battlefield in your pack, you just would blank battlefield pretty much.
It's always a blank battlefield.
Oh, I guess it's just
You
one
can
battlefield.
choose to have the battlefield in your 3 cards, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Is it just a blank? It's one blank battlefield. I
Yeah,
see.
same with any limited rules.
Yeah.
So
okay.
no 2 Flurry of Feathers and the 7 or more win the game in my pack. Got it.
No, but that'd be cool if they were in the same packs, because that's Origins and Unleashed.
Yeah.
My last week in Riftbound, what have I even done? I've just been testing set 4, kind of getting like I said at the start, it's hard for me to like actually determine where I want to go, but I'm just starting to get feelers out for like what I want to play. Zed looks really fun. Akali has felt okay. The thing with Akali right now to me is it's missing that thump that I want in a deck. Like that. Like the Darius is good, don't get me wrong, and that's probably the thump, and I just haven't like fully fleshed it out yet. But those 2 decks are kind of where my mind has been out recently with set 4, and then just waiting on more LeBlanc to get better death knells, and hopefully make that deck even more broken.
Let me tell you, that blow 1 cost in Aurelia is already going to make me tear my hair out. I am already aware that is going to make me absolutely irate when they make their guy invincible into my hidden blade that I have hidden at the battlefield every turn. That's going to be wonderful.
Aggro IRL is looking a lot better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It got a couple of cards this set, but that's a big one.
Aurelia is looking a lot better than it has at the end of this set, which is interesting.
Yeah,
we'll get there with the card reveals, but
yeah,
a little bit of spoiler.
Dude, I love 2-drops. Every time we start talking about decks, I'm like, oh, look at these 2-drops. Yeah. I'm like, these are the 2-drops that makes the deck. And like,
you're an aggro player. You should play some.
Yeah, you are an aggro player.
We'll talk about it next time we get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the first thing that we're doing?
Anyways, we're talking about the T1 bundle.
That's not cards.
It is cards.
There are cards. There's very cool cards.
Okay.
This is a little bit ago since this came out, I believe, like the day of recording for our last podcast.
Yeah.
But we had already recorded. So this is new. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, this is new to us and talking about it. We just want to bring it up. Obviously, the T1 bundle is in a World's Champion Signature Edition. Then you're going to have a Player Edition. It features the 5 players from T1. And they all have cards that they are going to sign. You have Doran has Mbessa. Faker has Galio. Gumi, I don't know how to remember. Yeah, that. Apologies for butchering that. It's going to have Misfortune. Carrier is going to have Seraphine. And Owner is going to have Xin. Here are the arts on screen now. If you guys are listening on Spotify, you've probably already seen these arts, but
you should seek them out if you have not.
Yes, you should. These are
nice.
These are great, and then also you have serialized signatures, which I think are going to be the big chases. You have out of 2025, so I mentioned the year of the Worlds, and then they'll be signed. These are all going to be on a raffle, kind of like, or whatever you want to call it, just how a lot of other launches have been for product. So yeah, this is sick. This display case that they're in looks so good. But you have that, but you also have a players bundle, which is you like a big box to put cards in, get a deck box, some dice, and a binder, and then it's just I believe you get the regular 5 cards in there, but the players bundle is going to be 70 USD, and then the T1 bundle is going to be 360 USD. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Obviously, this was kind of like once there were start to be rumors about it, we're like, oh, are we getting a Sig Faker? And we did. We got a Galio Sig Faker. So what are you guys' thoughts on these and all that?
So this is why they revealed Seraphine. Yeah, this is why they revealed Seraphine, was because they were printing this product. So they had to have the Seraphine be revealed.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I will say I really love the art on these cards. I think it's fantastic. The 2025 Worlds was a really, really good story. If any of you are interested in League of Legends, highly recommend you go and look it up and look at some of those games if you have not already. Really, really fun. T1 massive underdog in going into finals, and they were able to pull it off. So really cool from T1. Galio Faker number one Galio Faker signature is going to be so much money that I cannot physically comprehend.
Number 1 and number 2025, I think.
2025, and then perhaps the year he started playing would be the ones that I think would be pretty
and
large.
69, 420, and 67.
Oh, okay, sure.
And what number?
All the meme numbers, but not all the crazy ones.
I'm just saying, I think the meme numbers will be much higher than the year he started playing.
Yeah, I will say I'm very happy that these exist. It's super cool that they do. It being Doran is very funny to me. I love it. For all the newer T1 fans, Doran signed on after their prior top laner who had been there for quite a long time and then just happened into this world championship. This happened right before that world championship and they ended up winning it.
That's funny.
So well played to Doran. Slot yourself in there in masterful ways. But yeah, I love this bundle. I think it looks great. I like that there's 2 different versions available, so people can get in on the fun regardless of what their price point is. But I think that if you win the raffle for the 360 bundle and don't buy it, you are leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, that's like something I did want to bring up is these are going to sell for a lot. I don't know if they've set a date yet for it. I don't think they set a date for when this is coming out yet. But Gail, thoughts?
Not too many.
Okay.
I'm never the biggest fan of the I'm never the biggest like advocate for a lot of the customizable stuff unless it's something I'm really interested in. Like SKT1, I'm not like super invested in. So for me, I'm just like, yep, this is a product that exists.
Yeah, it's I like that they're doing these kind of products. They are keeping their collectors market very happy, which is something that a lot of games really do not do. So games generally, TCG is a little bit of a fun TCG sidebar. They usually will either fail their collectors or fail their players, right? And that's how games end up dying, is that they do not foster both sides of their player base. Yeah. So having something for the collectors that has no impact on the game whatsoever is a great thing. It really is. It's going to continue to generate interest, continue to get people into the game. Esports fan, I'm sure they're going to plug this on broadcast for MSI and for all that stuff until the cows come home, essentially. And that's a really good thing, I think, for the game personally. So I like them doing products like this. Unfortunately, it's going to sting a lot more to not get hit for the draw on this one than it will a lot of other products that they've done. I've not gotten a single lottery from Riot. I've signed up for every one and not gotten a single one. Ooh. So I am crossing my fingers.
I haven't signed up for a single one. So see if I have beginner's luck.
I also have not signed up for a single one.
Yeah.
The only one I would have done was the Irelia, but I had that already.
Yeah, you got
before they even announced it. I was like, that's mean.
Yeah.
I don't know if have we talked about the Ivern bundle yet on here? I don't think
we have not, but it's a cool Chinese event exclusive product, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what events they're doing that at, but I'm hoping I'm out.
I imagine Gen Con will have it.
Gen Con
would have it.
I'm gonna guess LA, Singapore, all the set 3 or set 4 regionals might.
Which means I need you to get me one, by the way, Teddy.
I'll try my best.
Just putting that out.
You going to Gen Con?
I'm not going to Gen Con. No. I work through Gen Con, unfortunately.
You work at night. Gen Con's during the day.
Yeah, but it's weekends.
Oh.
So I have to sleep for my work.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah, and then drive and unfortunate.
Anyways, moving on to our second little tidbit of
this
news.
One's good. I like this.
Dave Guskin came out 2 days ago and said that we are going to have some set for upcoming bans. He said that with Chaos Order possible now, Stealthy Pursuer from Origins enables a 3-card infinite. We're not opposed to infinite combos by default, but after internal testing, this one warrants proactive ban. I know this basically is saying that Stealthy Pursuer has been banned, but it's not. I don't think it's quote unquote beneficially banned, just because of what he says after. We're continuing discussions about the format and if we want to make any additional card or battlefield bans, but we want to be as direct as this is more of a patch for the game than a reaction to the meta. As for timing, heard your
feedback
that our previous
on Facebook.
Yeah, that's from my mind. That our previous effective date was too soon after the announcement. So to give players more time to set 4 rules, updates, and ban, S is in why can't I speak? Yeah, that will be announced Thursday, July 16th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and will take effect on Friday, July 24th with the Vendetta pre-rift. So when that pre-rift starts is when bans will go into play. I think this is great. They got ahead of the game. I think this is exactly what they needed to do with this. That I am curious to see what else they ban. I know we kind of talked about it. I think we are kind of in collective agreement that Echo probably is going to be banned, and then there's a good chance that Arena's Greatest and Aspirants do as well. But I'll let you guys take kind of your thoughts on what this could mean and what other cards could get banned.
Speculation time, baby. We get to speculate all the way to pre-riffs. Let's go. I'm so excited.
Well, not all the way to pre-riffs. The bans will come out.
Yeah. And 7
before
days.
pre-riffs. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 days before pre-riffs.
Yeah.
Wait, is that 7 days from now? That's crazy.
Yeah, 7 days from now.
That's crazy.
There's that. I guess it is next Thursday.
Yeah. I think the Stealthy Pursuer ban is a bit more proactive than it needs to be. After playing with that a bit, it's not really that good at all. So
I'm gonna hold out because of internal testing. Maybe we didn't find something.
Maybe
So
there's
they know more cards than we do, right?
That is also true.
They do know more cards, but there's still so many hoops to jump through for it. Like even in theory, it doesn't even look good. You have to have something live generally, and you need access to a battlefield. And if even the token gets removed, it dies. It's like it's all really weird and really actually tough to pull off. So I don't know how.
Well, now that I think about it,
I think it's just more of a flavor, like a texture of the game thing that they want to keep.
Yeah.
They don't want to have an infinite be able to happen on turn 3, which it could. The infinite could, in theory, happen on turn 3, and maybe that's just too much for them to want to have in the game, which is totally fine.
Specifically because they gave Kennen a signature spell that also digs you further into your deck, right? So
yes, also that.
Having a deck that is being marketed on its consistency, having an infinite available to that deck doesn't really feel that good.
Yeah.
I will say that he does highlight it's a 3-card combo infinite. So Gale, you might be right that we already have the 3 cards that enables this. So either he's just hiding the fact that there's another card that makes this better, or he is just saying that the 3-card combo that is a thing is going to be too much.
The thing that stuck out to me was the after internal testing. And they have been contracting Magic the Gathering professionals to test for them. I don't know if they're still doing that. They did that pre-launch and it was fairly known information.
Yeah.
So if they have like relatively good players testing it and consistently getting to the infinite, that might be more of a problem than we're currently aware of.
I wonder if it's actually not consistently doing it, but even inconsistently getting it on turn 3 is too much for them.
Yeah. Could be.
I think that's probably the more likely thing that's happening
Definitely
here.
Could be.
Because like even if it's like I have a 15% chance to hit the infinite on
you
turn
just hit
3.
the 15% and it feels terrible every time.
And it feels horrendous. And the game is just not fun because it exists. Even if it's bad overall, like its win rate is like 30%, 15% of the time the game is just horrific to play. Maybe that's what's too much. That's what I would assume.
I could definitely see that. Yeah.
That's my assumption because I don't think it is too strong. I think this is just a texture of the game thing.
Overall, though, I'm just going to say that I'm really happy that we're doing this.
Yeah.
That we are communicating in such a way where we're just immediately, because everyone's theory crafting, right? As soon as Card Wheels comes out, everyone loves to theory craft. They're all going to theory craft it. So they're just coming out and saying, hey, this isn't going to be available to you. So you can stop theory crafting. I like that.
Yeah, you can
I like that.
You can be done now.
That's good communication. W Riot on that front. And then I'm really interested to see what we can talk about a little bit what we think the ban should be.
Nocturne.
Nocturne. I just bought 45 copies of Nocturne on PCG Player. If you ban Nocturne in 2 weeks, well, they'll get it here before that. Hopefully, I can ship
it's not Nocturne. No way. I think the only other card that needs to be on the list besides the 3 you mentioned is Last Rites.
Well, you have it. That is a hot take on Last Rites.
Really? I don't think it's a hot take. I mean, this card just does way too much for what it is.
Oh, it's an insane card for sure, but it's also one of the most vulnerable cards that like they can put on the list, right? Because there's so much gear removal, and they're printing more gear removal too.
Oh yeah, Aurora. I mean, we got gear removal; it can stay. You know, sort of things like that, right? Like
well, it did stay. That might be their philosophy, right?
I don't think that's a good argument at all. I think this card does way too much for its price point, and it's cost is also a benefit for a lot of decks. It is what allows most of these purple decks to create more unhealthy patterns than anything. Just being an infinite recycler is crazy.
If we're gonna ban that, we need to ban Vi and Forge of the Future
No,
too.
don't get rid of I.
The thing
I
is,
mean,
those
or
cards
red
do.
buy,
The
red
thing
buy.
is, those cards do less than Last Rites does. Last Rites is a combat trick, infinite recursion, as well as recycling into your deck.
I would argue that Vi is pretty much on the same level, right? Because it's
No.
allowing you to contest the battlefields immediately with
She
Vi,
doesn't
make
she
it
doesn't get
real
used
big
that way.
anymore. She did,
Yes.
right? In set 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Last Rites was used the way we're talking about for the last 2 sets. So it might also change moving forward. It just depends on the texture of what's happening. If the game is too aggressive, Last Rites is kind of meh, in my opinion. Like, bringing back small things doesn't do as much as bringing back like the mid game to late game units that it's grabbing right now. The infinite recycling is an issue that I think they probably should be addressing through design philosophy, because they've made a couple of cards like this now, and all of them have become problems.
Yeah.
So I think that's just like a okay, lesson learned. We know not to do it like this. So that might be something we see in design philosophy moving forward. But what we do need, I will say, and we talked about this a little bit, Gale, is we need more cards that give us access to graveyard removal. Now
100%.
like trash removal.
Mhm.
I'm
Now that
scared
there
we
are-
haven't seen any.
Yeah, and I think that's also a way to like balance out Last Rites.
Sure.
Is just give us more things to interact with what our opponent is doing in the trash.
Yeah, that's also why we can't ban Forge. Because Forge, if you
Yeah.
want to get rid of the recyclers, you can't ban Forge, because that's one of our only ways to interact with trash at the moment.
It
We have
is.
it and disposal orders. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
like
much.
it
I think
makes
there's
it
one
very
other like niche one, but I don't.
I was
remember
trying to
what
think
it
about
is.
it too. Like, I thought there's something else. Those-
It feels like there's.
There's another one. I don't remember what it is right
Yeah,
now, but
those
there's
are-
another-
Let us
it's
know
not
in the
very good.
comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Not very good.
The
But
other ban that I've heard people float around is Pack of Wonders.
Mm, interesting.
I could see this happening.
I think that's more of an annoyance for people than
I
an
agree.
actual ban. I don't think
agree.
that card is ban worthy.
I agree.
I do think, however, there was some talk, like Teddy was saying, about Arena's Greatest and moving on to the battlefields, the
Yeah.
Arena's Greatest and Aspirant's Climb being banned. That's another one that I personally don't really subscribe to, but I can totally understand why people feel that way.
That's the
Uh,
boat I'm into.
Yeah, I can totally understand why people want these banned, because they're very ubiquitous. They're in every match the majority of the time, and that's the same thing that Dreaming Tree and Obelisk of Power kind of felt like. Obelisk of Power, I think, is a more direct comparison to Arena's Greatest and Aspirant's Climb than Dreaming Tree was, but I think that it's hard to ban these battlefields because when the meta shifts either more aggressive slant or more control slant, whichever way it goes, they're kind of fail safes so that you can still compete with the archetype of deck you're trying to play in an unfavorable meta. I think that's how they were designed, like philosophically designed. And when you have a meta, say we're in like a Backpack Ezreal meta, it's the best deck in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You as an aggro deck, if you can't play arenas, are going to struggle very, very heavily against this Ezreal list, assuming like it gets more removal, like it's the best deck in the game, so it has like the top tier stuff that gives it the ability to deal.
I don't think that's true at all. I think
You don't
if
think
you're-
that's true
I
at
I
all?
think if you're an aggro deck, you are making your deck function in the way that you're double conquering on turn 2. This is generally what makes an aggro deck.
The majority of the time, yeah.
Yes,
But
yeah.
you want Arena's Greatest the
No,
majority of the time.
I'm with you. But the problem with having both Aspirants and the Arena's Greatest is it doesn't actually change anything. And now we have to play this stupid game where like you have to know.
No,
if you
okay,
wanna match
that's the
Arenas with
difference.
the
I don't think
Aspirants.
that's stupid. I think that's strategy.
No, that's not
the
strategy.
fundamental
That's
difference.
not
It is
strategy.
absolutely strategy.
It's literally rock,
absolutely
paper,
strategy.
scissors.
You are
It's-
trying to think of
it's
your
rock,
opponent.
paper,
When is your
scissors.
opponent going to be playing this battlefield? When is it most optimal
That
for them
would
to
be-
play the battlefield?
That would be fine if battlefields had more slant for first versus second. But if you're playing control deck, you don't care when you put your battlefields out. The only thing that matters for you is matching your aspirants against the arenas or not, depending on which one you want your
right,
deck.
which is a strategy
So
for
it's
when your
just-
opponent is playing Arena's Greatest. Where as an aggro player, you should adapt and be playing Arena's Greatest in your going second game the majority of the time, rather than your going first game. Are you saying rock paper scissors is not a skill game?
No.
It absolutely is a skill game.
No,
That's
you're crazy.
crazy. Reading your opponent. Okay,
No.
we've played 3 matches of rock, paper, scissors. Their tendency is to do X thing. And so because their tendency is to do this,
that's not
do this.
Not
100%.
real. That was the biggest problem with Obelisk. It's
okay.
But you don't make any in-person reads either, Gale. You don't like look at people and be like, oh, they're gonna play differently. You just expect them to make the best line every time. Or the worst line if they're not up to the skill level that you perceive.
I will not take the argument that rock paper scissors is a skill game. I will
but I'm not taking the argument that it's rock paper scissors in the first place. I don't really think it's rock paper.
I know you're not, but I'm saying it is.
All right. Well, now that they're done bickering, the lovely couple is done bickering. We're gonna move on.
Those are the only things I think are on the deck, by the way. I don't think anything else is near the point for a ban yet. People are complaining about Starcross. People are complaining about
Starcross.
Yeah, Starcross is
fine.
fine.
It's not. It's not.
It's fine. It's strong, but like
the only thing I think we didn't touch on was Echo because we said it a bit earlier. But
I think that's pretty much out. I could that's like 95% off the door for me.
Yep.
Anyways, Kennen.
Card reveals.
Purple yellow.
Talk about Kennen first. Oh man.
We gotta start off strong here. Kennen, Heart of the Tempest is our purple yellow legend. When you play a card from anywhere other than your hand, empower me. This is targeting the new flow mechanic, which is basically flashback for those who have played Magic or anything of the sort. Action, disempower me, give a unit assault to this turn. So we were correct in the fact that empowering is going to basically stay on, and then we have seen more and more reveals that let you disempower something that will take off its empower effect. Or for something like this, it doesn't have an empower effect, but it's empowered, and then you can disempower it at any point to do what Kennen is doing.
It'll be just like a buff token.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think we all knew that purple yellow was going to be very good when it came in, and it's just with what we know going forward with this card, and we'll talk about it in a second, this deck is going to be very good.
Why does he have assault?
That I don't
have no idea.
No idea where that came from.
I don't understand the flavor of this at all.
I understand the flavor of the new yellow one that came out. The Chosen Champion.
I want you actually, Eli, now to sell me why Kennen as a character should be Order Chaos.
Order Chaos? Okay. So
he's got to sit up for this one.
Yeah, well, because it's an interesting question, right? So Order, I think, makes sense because of the Kinku Order, and because of Kennen's lore with the Kinku Order and being an initiate in that and kind of going through it as an apprentice. So I think that Order makes sense just from a organizational standpoint, because it seems like they're trying to put more Kinku elements into Kennen, because obviously this is a huge ninja set, right? Like we've got Zed, we've got Akali, we've got Kennen, but Akali and Shen. Akali and Kennen are kind of outside of the purview of the Kinku Order. They're kind of like fringe in the King, like, because Zed is not in the Kinku Order, right? Like he's the enemy of them. Whereas Akali is kind of like the loner in the Order. Kennen and Shen, both being Order, are both in the Kinku Order and like actively participating. So I think that's why the Order side of the card is what it is, because it's showing, okay, Shen and Kennen are very similar to one another in how they operate and like their environment, who they're around, all that kind of stuff. So that is why I think they went Order with it. I also think they went Order so they can put a stun in the deck, which they could have done with purple as well, but purple already got some last time. And Kennen, because in Kennen's kit, right, a big part of his kit is that he stuns things with both of his ultimate is passive. I think it's his passive or his Q or something, or his W or something. He has 2 stuns in his kit, and he does that a lot. So I think putting him in Order, like thematically for the stun aspect of him. We might get another stun card at some point. His signature spell is not a stun, but his yellow Chosen Champion is a stun hidden card. So it's pretty interesting. The chaos side of it is a bit harder of a sell for me. I think the yellow makes more sense to me than the chaos does. But the chaos can be, just like the maelstrom of lightning, and the fact that lightning itself is very chaotic and it kind of just goes off randomly wherever. There's no signifier other than the thunderclap afterward. Right, like after it's already struck. So it being a very chaotic element of nature, that could certainly be something that they were trying to play into with it. But I think that's taking what he does, not who he is, if that makes sense. So I don't agree with the chaos as much as I do with the Order. The Order makes more sense to me because it's that link with Shen and the Kinku movement and what they do. But the chaos makes less sense than the Order to me.
Yeah, and I think they try to do this reanimator stuff with him because as part of that triumvirate, he is the spiritual side of it. He is the full spiritual side.
Yeah.
So this is like talking to the spirits by reanimating it.
Indeed.
I can sort of see that side a bit more too. So I suppose he makes sense, but this card's really good.
Yeah,
it's very good. The assault makes less sense to me. I don't really get why assaults.
no, that just it feels like they just
really
slapped that on there.
strong. I think.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
But
Because it's so easy to empower him too.
yeah.
And now we have Lightning Rush. This is a 1 energy signature spell. Look at the top 3 cards of your main deck. You may choose a card from among them and draw it. Put the rest into your trash. And it also has flow for 2 and a power. So this is stacked deck that puts the cards into trash instead of recycles.
Way better stack.
Yeah, it's just
way better stack.
so
deck.
good.
And it has flow. Being
And it
flow
has
means
flow.
also
So
just,
it's happening
It's like
twice.
2 stack decks in 1, yeah.
I just want because we don't have enchantments in this game or anything, or like auras that Magic has, and it would probably be a gear or just like attached to a unit. But like, I feel like we need to get a card that's gonna say when this is in play, no one can flow. Like flow gets turned off or something like that. Because I feel like some of these flows are just so powerful that it's just like I don't know.
Call them rigid.
Richard.
Got no flow, baby. No flow at all.
I was just gonna say we should call it a tampon. No flow. At all.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
No,
I was holding it in the whole time. I was like, should I say this or not? I decided to.
yeah.
I didn't hear.
No,
I
that
didn't even
works.
hear what you
I like
said.
it. Perfect, Teddy. Moving on.
Perfect, Teddy. Yeah.
No, tell me.
Lightning Rush is an excellent signature spell.
Very
This
good
thing
spell.
is crazy.
Yeah.
This is one of the best signature spells I think we have seen for any champion.
Yeah.
I think this is the best signature spell we have.
Yeah,
I think it's better than Defiant Dance.
I don't know if it's better than Defiant Dance. I think it's pretty close in power to Defiant Dance.
Yeah.
I think that it is going to promote miracle gameplay immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Is not
Yes,
something
it's-
that I am looking forward to, unfortunately. But
It's
it is what it is.
already happening.
I do
It's
get
like-
very annoyed when we call it all miracle. Not everything is miracle.
No, but this is like actually just like that miracle deck. Like the thing that people are brewing right now anyway. It might change when the set releases, we get more cards and stuff.
What miracle is and how this isn't not miracle is if you're able to do it every single turn. I don't think Kennen has the capability to bring back 3 Razas every single turn.
Well, you got Forge of the Future, right? So you have your Vi. So you can do some crazy comboing if we get any more cards that help us dig. I mean, this is basically like adding Cold Shot back into purple. It's not quite that close.
Not quite there, but yeah.
But it's like that's the same line
Yeah.
that they have taken with this, which is very
I-
scary, especially
I
when you
think
have
we're gonna see
hard
Miracle.
removal from yellow in your deck as well.
I agree with Gail that it's not like it's not like directly miracle, because I also agree with playing into a lot of Kennen these past few days. They're not able to do it every turn, and like they sometimes hit unit speed. Sometimes it's just like a smaller setup turn that they have. But I still think that is like a very powerful, and it's still very, very, very close to what Miracle was in Draven and anything else really.
It's I don't think the deck will be as strong as Miracle Draven. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that it is just in
The
that
same,
vein.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the direction that the deck is heading, which is unfortunate. in my opinion.
I've been playing a control Kennen that's felt
Of course you have.
the best so far, where you're doing like the Pactro, Bewitching Spirit, play 9 calls, call it a day. And like that deck has felt the best that Kennen has played. It doesn't really play like you would want him to necessarily, but that's the best that these colors have felt to me so
Well,
far.
It's the same thing as you're getting access to more hard removal in the yellow color, right? And you're getting
Yep.
access to a lot of stuff like that. And so when you play this deck reminds me of Ezreal a lot, right?
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
Ezreal can play tempo, or it can play on the like hard control, hand control side.
Exactly.
And Lightning Rush enables both of those strategies, which is something
Precisely.
that is very scary to me.
Yeah. Good
It's-
signature. This deck has a lot of places it can go.
This is the purple chosen dream. We don't have the yellow one. I couldn't find it in time. But basically it's just a hidden card, and you can pay 2 to stun something. I don't know what the costs are, but it's in that vein of basically flipping it, paying the 2, and stunning something.
Not just flipping it, it does it on play as well.
And it also
yes.
gives it +2.
It's on play.
And it gives it
yeah.
+2.
Okay,
This
there
card's,
you go.
that card's nutty.
That card
really
is insane.
good.
Have you ever
we'll
wanted to
prob-
have Shadow in your CC?
Wait a minute. I had to pay a power to hide a single stun in green, and now I get to pay a power to hide a unit stun that's a 4-might like Tebow.
And doesn't stun your guy.
It's just crazy.
It's very good. We'll probably talk more about that one next week. We can show that one off. But the purple one is the epic. The yellow one is its rare. If that, also, I'm not thinking now. If they do all the rares in the pre-rift kits and you get Kennen, you have if you have that yellow one, that's just gonna be gnarly.
It'd be really good. But yeah, this Kennen Storm the Shuriken. When you play me, it's a 3-cost 1 power for 4 purple. When you play me, burn 2, which is burn is a new keyword that we have in the set to mill cards essentially. So it's a self mill. So put the top 2 cards of the main deck into the trash. And when I conquer, give a spell in your trash flow equal to its cost this turn, which is a very strong ability. Flow being the keyword where you can play a spell from your trash. Thoughts on this one? This is pretty interesting to me.
We're now flowing the signature spell for 1 on Conquer. Yay!
I think he looks a lot more broken than he plays. He's actually not that crazy. When I first read him, I thought he was going to be absolutely insane. But playing with him, he's actually a bit more awkward than what you would think. Because if you want to play this guy on like turn 1, turn 2, you don't really have much in your trash besides like a stack deck or a lightning rich, which is good. Don't get me wrong. That's fine. But he's just very vulnerable and he costs this power that you're trying to do early. It's pretty awkward sometimes to play. Still a very good card, and I think it's a tough choice between this and the yellow one, what you want in CC, and it'll just depend on the archetype that you're playing. If you're playing like Hook, I think you definitely want the yellow one. If you're playing something like the Miracle deck or Control, you probably want the purple one.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden mix-up with the yellow card as well, because there's a lot of really good hidden cards in the yellow color specifically.
And in purple.
And in purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because you have so many, because we have so many hidden cards, that might turn into an archetype for him as well. I also just think that Kennen is going to independently be played outside of Kennen as the deck, because I think that card is just an insane hidden card in general.
Oh yeah,
I think it's just really good.
Nutty card.
But back to this purple Kennen real quick. I think that this card in my mind is more of a mid-game card than an early game card. This is like after your engine is online and we've milled out a fair portion of our deck with these burn mechanics that are going to be coming, right? We've only seen a couple of burn cards at this point, I think. We're definitely going to get more of those. So I think when we get those cards, if there's a way to mill out your deck in an okay way. This reminds me of not a sidebar, but a reference you two probably will not understand. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a deck called Lightsworn. And Lightsworn was the first self-mill deck where you mill things out and then you get effects based on like what's going into the grave, and then you can like bring things back and do different things. This deck reminds me of that a lot. This Kennen plays like a slow fizz right now.
Yes, very slow fizz.
Very slow fizz, which is what leads me to believe I think it is definitely more of a mid-game card where you are option selecting what card you want to play from your yard after having burned out, probably playing Minefield and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me. I don't know that it's going to fit as well into how people are wanting to play Kennen.
The reason it gets weird,
what the design is.
The reason it gets weird is because you want that in Power Online. And the easiest way to get in Power Online is to play from CC.
Yep.
So you kind of are incentivized to play this pretty early on so you can get that legend rocking, so you can get more control of the battlefields earlier. Which is why, like, I think if you're playing any deck that's going a lot earlier, you definitely want the yellow one, just so that you can proc your legend immediately without spending power. So I think this card's great. I think this card's good. I just think it's a lot more awkward than what it reads on first glance.
I have a ruling question.
Oh, yeah? What's up?
I have a ruling question. So when you are hiding a card, hiding a card is not considered played.
Correct.
So your chosen, or your champion will, or your legend will not be empowered until you flip the hidden card if you were to hide the Kennen.
Correct.
Very interesting. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
So moving on to Zed. This is one of the legends I am very excited about. Our good friend Chai TCG. He has been asking for a Zed reveal. He didn't reveal, I believe he revealed the purple one, which we'll talk about in a second, but he was able to get a reveal for this. So happy for him. This is our red purple legend for the set. Zed, Master of Shadows. When you banish a card you own, empower me. Again, feeding into that flow. archetype, and then action, disempower me and exhaust him, discard 1, then draw. Pretty simple.
This is cool. This is
It
cool.
is a very good, it's very fun.
Very
Buy
solid.
your $90 Kaisas or whatever they're at now.
I got my alt arts in Hartford for 50 each, I think.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. But
I think this is an incredibly solid legend. The getting the banish is actually not very difficult, as we'll see later on with a lot of the other cards.
No.
And just discard draw is a good effect. I don't think it's anything like crazy like Draven was. I think it's just very solid, very playable start.
I think this is how you were supposed to design Draven in the first place.
Agree.
This kind of thing. So I'm glad that they are doing that with Zed. And it's very thematic for Zed as well. The thing that I've noticed about the Zed kit, everything in it is like very on brand to his legend. They knocked this one out of the park for sure. And the over number is gorgeous. So there's going to be a lot of Zed players just for the aesthetic of Zed. It's going to be pretty fun.
But this is Deathmark. This is a 2 energy, 1 power signature spell for Zed. It has burn 3 and play a 0 might Shadow Clone unit token. A Shadow Clone unit token has, when I attack, you may banish a unit from your trash. If you do, give me Assault 4 this turn. And the signature also has flow for 1 energy and 2 power. So a lot of the ways they're going to get the banishing that you want from the legend is going to be with these Shadow Clone tokens, where you'll flow, burn things, or you'll burn things to trash. Some of those will be units. The Shadow Clones will walk in and it'll banish that unit. That way you can get Assault 4 and you activate the legend effect as well. So it's a lot of already innate synergy with the deck. It's already functioning and working all together. You don't really have to try to get this legend effect to happen, which is what makes it pretty good. And this signature I was pretty low on to begin with because it felt like it wasn't doing too much, but there is a lot to be said about just having a unit in trash that you can play.
Yeah. I think this is the deck I've played the most so far, and the Shadow Clone units play very well because I think, especially having like, there are cards I feel like they're going to come out that are worried about being banished, and that's what I kind of what I want to see is hoping to have that more synergy to be like, okay, I can banish this card and it deals 2 damage. When I'm banished, deal 2 damage. I think that would be fun. Gail's shaking his head no. That's probably me being
the Zed players want the stars and the moon sometimes.
Oh yeah, I want the stars and the moon all the time. I want the stars.
Decent deck, decent cards, and they're like, oh, but why don't I just get summon a 7-mana guy when I burn it?
You sound like Mario, but if you was
that was so. There's another Yu-Gi-Oh deck I would draw a comparison to called Tier Elements.
He's just pulling from every part of his brain right now.
Yep, Tier Elements was a like universally best deck in the game for multiple sets. In Yu-Gi-Oh, the deck was absurdly powerful, but its big thing was milling cards, of course, and then self-milling its own things and getting effects off the things it milled. And that played a little bit more similar to how I think this Zed deck is going to play with its burn versus the Kennen deck with its burn. I think that the burn in red specifically opens up a lot of interesting options that have not existed yet. Burning stuff like the Undying Legion is something that might come up at some point. That'd be, I think, more of a control shell than anything, where you just attrition your opponent away with all of the removal in purple red, and then you Undying Legion infinitely in the end game to try to win the game after you've run your opponent out of cards and resources. So I think this deck also has a couple different ways to go with it, and I think the Deathmark is a really good start on, man, you can just build this multiple ways. I think that's fun.
Here's the purple Chosen Champ, the rare. It's 5 and 5 without a sound. When I conquer, play a 0 might Shadow unit clone token to your base. And it also has an action for 1 energy and 1 purple power. Move me and a Shadow Clone you control to each other's location. So being able to move this in and then be able to conquer, do whatever you want with it, and then leave 1 up. Then you'd be able to use it to be able to move back and leave a Shadow Clone that was in your base, move it up. Obviously, it's going to be the defender, but you're kind of just sacrificing the Shadow Clone at that point to be able to do whatever you want with Zed the next turn. So I actually really like the Chosen Champ. This is kind of what I've been playing with more than the red one, but I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
I've likened this card to the Ferris Forerunner of set 4.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think this card's really strong. Two bodies that are both like fairly well statted for 1 card is pretty good.
There's also an understated value to this card, right? Because when you have Zed, you move Zed up to the battlefield, you make your Shadow Clone and base. You have the option of leaving Zed on the battlefield and then swapping on your opponent's turn, or you have the option of just swapping on your turn, leaving the Shadow Clone in the base, and then Zed is threatening either battlefield, and they have to push up onto the battlefield when you score a point. Very bad fork for the opponent to be in, where you have to make that decision, and then your unit is immediately threatened. So the best way to deal with this is going to be removal outside of combat, and that's kind of in like low supply right now. There's not a lot of removal outside of combat, specifically removal in base. Is something that we're lacking a lot of in this game. So pretty difficult unit to deal with right now. I think this one's pretty strong unless we get some other information to make that not the case.
Eli, you want to take us through Red Zed?
I do. Red Zed, our boy. 4 energy, 1 power.
Also, before you
might.
start, this art is insane.
Yeah, this art is awesome. Like I said, all the Zed stuff is so good. It's just so good. Zed from the Shadows. He is Zed and Ionia. You may discard 1 as an additional cost to play me. We love additional costs. When you play me, if you paid the additional cost, play a 0 might Shadow Clone unit token. When you do, or it has when I attack, you may banish unit from trash. If you do, give me a stall plus.
Yeah.
Very cool card. I don't think this one will be played as much as the purple one, obviously. I think the purple one is much better than this card.
Agreed.
But this card does have a place, I think.
It's still good.
I think there's definitely like it'll get played in Zed, obviously. You probably also play this in Jinx, which is fun. Optional discards are exactly what a deck like Jinx needs, right? Where it's like, oh, I can discard, but I don't have to. So I don't need to like get rid of the good card in my hand. I can play this card. So I think this card's good. I think it's very, very strong. Very glad that Scrap heaped his game.
I mean, if this was the only CC and the purple one was bad, I would still feel pretty high on Zed.
Yep.
No, I think he's got good choices. I think they do a little bit too similar things to ever have one have a different niche over the other. Yeah. But it's not bad. Still, there's potential reasons to want to run one that has 2 bodies immediately versus one that has 2 bodies delayed. So I could see some interesting development with that where you want to switch between the two. Probably not because they both do the same thing, but in different metas, I could see them being differently played. Not bad, but I think purple's still probably the better one overall.
Yeah. I like the fact that they've made Zed almost like not a full commit legend, because you obviously can like swap with your Shadow Clones, but you're a telegraphed legend. Like your Shadow Clones are in a place, so your opponent knows where your Zed has the opportunity to go. And then Akali's kind of like the opposite, where it's like the flow through. I have the option to move back, but I might not move back. I might buff my stuff instead. I think that's good flavor for the two of them, so I like that a lot.
Yeah,
very, very fun. Moving on, Mr. Renekton, Gale.
This is Renekton. He is our Fury Body legend. Butcher of the Sands. He has reaction, activated ability, paying with 2 power to add 2 energy. Spend this energy only to play units or activated abilities of units. I was very negative on this one when I first read it.
This one's my favorite.
I was super negative on it when I first read it, but after playing a bit with it, I think I understand it more. And I don't think he's that bad. Currently, I think he's actually like tied with Zed as second place for set 4 legends for me right now. On like power level, not on fun.
He is probably the deck I'm gonna play a lot of, I would imagine. I could see that. I really like resource generation decks, and I like decks that are more aggressively slanted, and he ticks both of those boxes for me, right? He has the resource of like deciding to use your power aggressively. It requires a lot of game knowledge from the person playing that deck. And that's something I enjoy a lot. So I'm pumped for this one.
The angle that I saw with him was using it to just hold up ambush units as like combat tricks if they make mistakes. So like if you have 3 up, you can play an energy, you can play a Nidalee for base cost if you want to, or you're also threatening a Rengar if they make a really big
you threaten
mistake.
Both. So this is actually a little bit of a sidebar, but this is exactly the type of legend I like for that exact reason, right? Of you just, your opponent has to play around every option that you could present. The issue is
they don't have to do it.
this legend is not a locals legend. This legend is I'm playing against competent, good players legend. Not to say our local players are not competent. We have a very strong local scene.
Yes.
I think this will do totally fine there. But if you're rocking into a Nexus night where nobody knows what an ambush card is,
they're just gonna walk into it.
They're just gonna walk in anyway. Like there's no like you bluffing anything because they don't know that there's the thing to bluff in the first place. So I think Renekton is actually gonna be a lot scarier in like good matches of Riftbounds than it will be in maybe some of the Nexus Night local metas. But Teddy, what do you think about this one?
I feel like this has Prismat written all over it. I don't know. That was kind of my thought when I first saw it. Gale is like chuckling because I don't know if he agrees with my assessment of that.
No.
But Renekton, I think I was in the same boots as Gale when I first saw it, or shoes, whatever you want to call that, staying. And I'm like, this is okay. But then I thought about it more, and I'm just like, oh, this is actually like really powerful in the right shell and with the right cards. And I think we have the right cards in these colors with the ambush units. You also have like the fun line of going steal turn 1 and being able to place.
PSA, don't put seals in your Renekton deck, please.
Agree, don't put seals in your Renekton deck. PSA, don't put seals.
Everyone
don't
is
listen to me, I guess.
No, Teddy, everyone's freaking out right now because they're like, oh my gosh, seals make energy now. They're actually the Moxen. They make the energy. It just you're playing bad cards in your deck.
It's very true.
Justify playing other somewhat good cards.
Agree.
Yeah.
Just use the card as it's written. Don't need to put those seals in the deck.
Right,
I did play a little bit of Renekton. I did have a very fun line where it was seal turn 1 and then play 2 Noxus Hopefuls and have 8 might, and like that's fun, but
get the high roll.
it's like what are the odds you get that every, like you're not going to get that much. So it's
I've done that in Teemo.
Yeah, it's a fun line for
Noxus
sure.
Hopeful and Teemo.
No, it was double stack deck Nocturne.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah.
That's 4
works
might, not 8 might.
That works out.
That's
no,
8
double
might.
Nocturne.
Double Nocturne.
Oh, double Nocturne. Okay, okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Anyways.
I will say though, real quick on the Renekton topic, I think that there's 4 ways that you can build the deck, and I think that's cool. It's like I said, I really like flexible legends. 4's a lot, but I'm gonna walk you through them for like where I think the legend could go. Not necessarily this set, but just in general, right? As we get more cards and stuff. So I think you could do them the hyper aggro strategy, which is where I think a lot of people's brains immediately go. You can do the ambush, which I also subscribe to being the best version of him.
I'm there too.
You could do the ambush. You could do dragon combo.
Yep, dragons.
Dragon combo is pretty interesting because you're kind of refunding your legend ability with Herald of the Scales.
Yep.
And Dragon Soul Sage. So you're kind of refunding the power that you've spent and then getting your energy in different ways. So that's an interesting line for the deck. And then combo slop is the 4th one that I think he could fall into. If we get combo slop is like the Lux deck. Where we get
you think these colors can do that?
That's the thing. We get enough pieces.
Okay,
we get enough pieces, and like the right thing falls into place. Having 2 extra energy on a turn is definitely a combo ability.
Sure.
So that's the 4 avenues I could see the deck going in the future. Most people are on the hyper aggro. Me and Gale seemingly on the ambush as the best one, and then I've seen a couple people on the dragon as well. That deck is fine. I think it's actually probably the best version of the dragon deck. I just don't know if the dragon deck
has to be volley.
Volley.
I don't even think volley's better. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think so because you can play your dragons faster in this, right?
This is Dominus.
Yes.
Renekton's signature spell. 4 energy, weird looking art.
Yeah.
Action. This turn, double a unit's might and give it an activated ability for 2 power. Ready me. Very good. I think this is
interesting.
I think this is a really good card.
Interesting.
I don't think you play it as like a 3-of. It's not like a 3-of card, but it's like just the ability to have access to this makes so many scary situations. You can win from nothing suddenly. Yeah. Like if the opponent just board wiped, now these colors can win from any hand. All you need is 1 unit in Dominus.
Which is very cool thematically for Renekton, because that is exactly what he does in League, right? He like ults on you, W's you, EQ, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy. I don't think this card is very good. I think this card is good as a game ender.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what it is.
As a game ender, I think this card is good.
That's what
I think this card is like close to primal strength in Yi. Is how I would evaluate this, right? Where if you're playing primal strength in the Yi, you're probably going to play a copy of Dominus in your Renekton deck. But I think cards like First Mate and just the more consistent ways to ready your stuff that aren't as expensive as Dominus are probably more relevant for the majority of the game, whereas Dominus is only relevant, I think, in the end game the majority of the time. So that's what makes me a little bit hesitant on it, is if you can't get to that 6-point threshold, I don't really see Dominus ever doing anything, and it's just going to sit. But I could be wrong on it. It's defiable.
An interesting card.
This is like a one-of in every Renekton deck.
Yeah.
Just one.
The fact, though, that they made it 4 and then you could give it the 2, I get why they did it, but it makes it so much worse to define that it's like so annoying. It's so annoying. But honestly, like, do you play a ganking unit in this deck?
You can.
Yeah,
right?
You can play Jin.
You have to play a ganking unit, I think, to
Jace
really
too. Yeah.
Pay off how you want it
Jin.
to.
But you don't even need a ganking unit. Like, even just this on a bunny. And because now it is like you can play the bunny, give it a buff or whatever, and then play this, and now a bunny is bringing in 2 things. You're killing 2 things. It'll cost 6 power, but that can be game ending on its own.
Bunny's only bringing in 1 thing unless you have an extra way to ready.
No. It walks in, you ready it, it goes back to base, you ready it again, it goes back into the other field.
Oh yeah, you're saying we're gonna have enough runes to do so. Okay.
Yeah. I said it costs 6 runes. I said it costs 6 power. But
that's the part where I'm like, it's so all in that I don't think that's as
well. That's how you end the game.
If it wins you, if
if it wins you the game, it is worth it. That's not what I'm saying.
And I'm saying
we have so much reaction speed removal and ways to interact that like, when is your green purple opponent ever going to tap out into a Dominus turn ever?
So it's a one of. It's a good one of.
Right. Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't see this being like nearly as good as other options that do similar things but are just more consistent throughout the game. But to be fair, I don't like Primal Strength either. So it's a similar thought.
All right, so we have one of the CCs from Renekton. We have the red one. It's a 6 energy, 6 might, has accelerate, and when I attack, if you control 4 or fewer runes, deal 2 to all enemy units here. Not too bad if you're doing the aggro style. It's okay. I think I'm kind of hoping that the orange one has ambush. I think that'd be kind of fun. The orange CC, but
that'd be pretty
other
good.
than that, I don't like. It's fine. It's nothing like spectacular. It's good and limited.
In almost every game of Renekton, I just don't even play it.
Yeah,
I think we're waiting on the orange one for this guy.
It's definitely waiting on the orange one. This is a Nivea with extra steps, and Nivea is not a played card. So
I don't even read that text line for what it's worth. I don't even read that.
You just look at the accelerate. Yeah,
I just read 7/6 accelerate.
Yep, which is not good in my opinion.
No, it's not. It's not fantastic.
It's pretty. It's
doable if that's the CC. Like, it's not horrific because at least it has accelerate, but it's not great.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Proving Ground Z. Like the Yi chosen champion.
Oh, the chosen champ. Okay.
Right, exactly. But that has ganking. If this had ganking,
it's better. Yeah, it's better.
There's your ganking unit. Akali. Another one of the legends I have been playing. I think another one that people are really hyped for, obviously being another opposite color pairing. It's a red-green. It has Empower for 3 and a power. And then action, Exhaust. If it's your turn, move a friendly unit into showdown to base, and if I'm empowered, ready it. This is basically going off of what her red chosen champ says, where it's to deal damage and then be able to get out and then go back in with a smaller unit to be able to conquer and whatever, be able to kind of clear things early. Thoughts on the legend of Akali?
I think this legend is horrifically bad.
Really?
Oh, that's
interesting.
I'm being a bit dramatic for effect.
Just a bit, yeah.
But I do not like this. I do not like this at all. Getting points in this deck is so difficult to do because you're playing all these cards that want to interact with this move effect on the legend, and if you do that, then you can't actually score, and it's just really awkward all around. The whole deck feels really bad. It's like these colors want to be a tempo color, but this effect actually wants you to play control, and it's just really bizarre.
Yeah, it's control deck, which I think so. This strikes me as a very, very high skill cap legend, where we're going to see the couple of players that are going to push this legend very far because they just understand the deck on a different level than everyone else does.
Sure.
It very much hits me as one of the, which, to be fair, is very thematic to Akali in League of Legends too. She's very difficult to play in League. And I think that this is going to kind of mark in that same territory. I think her with Aurelia, like Green Aurelia, is going to be sickening. I think that Green Aurelia in this deck will be amazing. I bought 3 copies as soon as the legend got announced, actually. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for this deck, especially if like we get something that says Empower cost less to cast or something like that. And kind of like reverse tax yourself on it. I think that she could be solid. I agree that scoring is difficult in a similar way to how like Ezreal's scoring is difficult now, right? Where Ezreal's like, okay, do I remove it or do I establish a unit so that I could go in and score on the turn afterward, where you have to plan like multiple turns ahead to actually get on your point tempo? This reminds me of that a little bit, but it's in worse colors for that strategy.
Great.
So we need something to allow us to push over the edge for that. Falling Star is a good start, but
that's why like Akali, I'm still waiting for that punch. Like it just doesn't feel like it's there yet with what it's trying to do.
Yeah,
I agree with both your guys' assessments that like the colors of when I first put together a green yellow or sorry, green red shell without knowing what the legend was or anything. Or like I guess we knew the legend, but without like really knowing what it was gonna do, it was a tempo deck. And Eli can attest to this because I sent him an image of it. And I'm like, this felt good. I played a few games, and then we got Akali, and I'm just like, okay, I have to rewind everything because it's like maybe this isn't as good. Because like in theory, the triple Stella and triple Kaisa is rather good in the deck. But with lists I've been seeing, most people aren't playing both. They're playing one or the other, and it's most likely Stella because you just get the draw off the move.
Well, because Kaisa's never conquering, right?
That's true. I know. Yeah. And so I really hope that in the future we get a better green-red champ that is going to empower that tempo mechanic. But yeah, like Eli said, this is just a control deck.
I think this is I'm going to be totally honest. I think this is a good legend that will be really good in the right hands. I really am sold on that. That like somebody, because not having a cost other than tapping the legend on the ability to just bring a unit back,
good.
That's really strong. That's a really strong aspect. I think the empower is less important than the line of text that just says bring it back.
Yeah.
The empower is just the end game thing, like Dominus, like we were talking about with Redacted, right? It's just the end game. Okay, empower it for my final push, ready it, swing and win the game.
Yeah.
I think we need more control tools in the colors. And if we get more control tools, maybe it'll be good.
Maybe the green legend will be good. We'll have to see. But here is Shirk and Flip, 1 and a power, her signature spell. Deal 2 to up to 1 enemy unit at a battlefield, then move a friendly unit and has flow 3 and a power. This is rather good, in my opinion. This
very good.
It's very good.
Being able to, because if you have Void Gate, you're doing 3. I don't think there's any world where Akali's not playing Void Gate as one of her battlefields. And then you're just able to move a unit. And if you have the Akali chosen champ and you're able to have her empowered, then you're able to deal 1 more. We'll talk about her in a second. But yeah, Shirk and Flip, great signature spell.
Notably, you don't need to target an enemy unit.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
So you can just use this. You can just use this to move.
Yeah, you can just use it to move. So it's a double conquer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe that's how you get your points. Sure, can flip it all over the place.
Oh, I guess
that's Sure, if you told me that, I could believe it. But
because like we move a guy up, we sure can flip it to the battlefield. We ready it with empowered Akali, bring it back, or don't even have to ready it. You just tap Akali, bring it back. That's a double conquer turn, and it has flow. So you have 6 copies of this card.
I'd rather use it to go back, right? So like
yeah.
That's what it does, right? It's like, for E, where she like throws the shuriken and like
it's such an awkward. Now that I'm talking about it right now, it's like awkward. It's becoming more awkward in my head, which I hate because I love the colors, but it just
we're thinking about it, right? We're thinking about it as a control deck. So
I don't want to think about it as a control deck.
Right.
Though. That's
we're
not
removing
how I
things
play
from
this.
the battlefield. We're killing the things on the battlefield with stuff like Falling Star or Stormbringer or whatever we're gonna play. And then we get to double conquer and move back every turn.
Is it
I think that's what it's trying to do. It's just trying to kill the things, double conquer, move
Wait,
back.
but
every
isn't
single turn.
Stormbringer Volley's signature spell?
He's talking about Sky Splitter.
Sky Splitter?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
The damage spells and
yeah.
Void Seeker, whatever you fancy.
Hextech Ray. Here
Hextech
is
Red. There you go.
this is a very good chosen champ. This is the red chosen champ. Akali's epic. It's 3 and no power and a 3 might. So you can play this on turn 2 every single time. Has empower for 2 and a red. And when I move, you deal 1 damage to a unit at a battlefield I moved to or from. If I'm empowered, deal 2 instead. And when she's empowered, she has +1 might. So lots going on here. But again, I think just a very solid chosen champ.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be playable for sure.
3 for 3 is good, but again, it has this weird issue. It's like, okay, they play a 2-drop, I play Akali. They push up 2-drop, they play something in base. My Akali can kill their 2-drop and be in base? Sure. But it's usually a better pattern to walk over the 2-drop they're going to walk over anyway, and then find a way to defend this unit from whatever they played. That's usually far better.
Well, it's never staying at the battlefield, right? You're just going to tap Akali every time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have that option to do that, but like, you don't really want to do that. The game of Riftbound, the general rules and theories of how the game functions, you want to just walk over that drop, make your stake onto the battlefield, and have a way to defend against their unit rather than go back.
I think that's your green player coming out in you, because not every color has the ability to defend a unit turn 2. Sometimes you would rather that unit not be there because it's going to get walked over the turn after.
Well, yeah.
Like playing Azir, right? My defense is like, am I going to hide back off turn 2 sometimes? Like, sure, if it's a relevant situation, but it doesn't feel good to do. So
you also need to give them reason to walk up too, though. Like, if you're going to play this sort of thing, then you need a reason to make them walk at you.
100%, which is true. And I think that's where the control aspect comes in, right? Because if you pull this back turn 2, you're then re-threatening the battlefields, so they don't want to walk up into it. And if they don't want to walk up into it, you score a free point a turn with Akali every turn.
Yeah.
It's like a weird like fork. It breaks.
Do you want to play this game?
It breaks the rule that everyone has established, which is why I think it's an interesting legend, because it just plays differently from a lot of other things.
I don't know. I've played this and it just feels so weird and bad to me. Yeah. Especially against, like, if the opponent has any amount of ability to ready, like Emperor's Dais. Oh my god, I cannot play into this deck in Emperor's Dais is impossible. I put I played against Renekton, right? I was playing against Renekton, and they have like first mates and Emperor's Dais. So they're like double conquering with no way for me to actually interact the whole time. And it's any deck like that, this thing can't do anything about it. It only has Falling Star.
I agree. It's Falling Star is the way to deal with it, but you have to draw the Falling Star.
Yeah.
But that might just be a bad matchup for the deck. You know what I mean? Like that.
There's so many that can do that though, right?
Like, if it's aggressive and it double conquers turn 2. Yes, but Ezreal also struggles into that.
But
right,
Ezreal has better colors for control and more inevitability. I don't know what the inevitability is in these colors.
Yeah, like there's not like as a point. Oh my gosh! And Ezreal, there's always a point where they're just gonna have pack and spirit, and you're going to be down on resources, and they're going to be able to delete your hand. Akali can't do that, like,
yet.
Well, okay.
We have a lot more cards. There's 160 something cards.
You know how many decks we can say about that? Renekton could be broken yet, and we don't know it yet.
No, it is.
Yet.
It is.
It's
broken.
like
that one. We don't need any more cards.
I think if the decks, if they want to be good, they should be good right now with current cards.
See, that is a fundamental difference in just how we view like card reveal season.
Card reveal season, yeah,
which is fine. That's totally fine. Yeah. We just we like to evaluate on different facets. I much prefer. We had this conversation, I think, going into Spirit Forged, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where I don't really like card reveal season. I would prefer just having all of the cards to look at and brew with, rather than like getting trickle fed like a bunch of random commons every so often.
Yeah.
That I don't usually deck build that way. So I haven't even built any decks yet because I just wait until we have a majority of the set and I can kind of like dig into it that way.
Yeah.
But I can understand where if you're like actively testing it, you're like, oh, this is terrible because we're using the current card pool and like our current knowledge of the meta, which is another valid way to do it. Like, I'm not trying to discredit your guys' take on it at all. I think it's just we view the card reveals differently.
All right, here is Shen, our green yellow legend for the set. I have Twilight, action, exhaust, give a friendly unit tank this turn.
Do you see a
Eli,
card?
eh,
Do you see a card? I don't see a card on the board.
Okay, wait. Pause. Let me play devil's advocate with this one.
Okay.
We thought it was way worse before the reveal.
that is
happened,
also true.
because the article where it got revealed in originally did not have action written on the card text. And so everybody thought that it was just going to be give a unit tank on your turn and like conquer in. And that was awful, like ridiculously awful. So it having action at least allows it to be done on your opponent's turn as well, which is an upgrade. I think this is almost guaranteed, unfortunately, unless we
this
get
is just
some
not good.
Especially these
crazy
colors.
support.
These colors are horrific colors.
Yeah.
The only reason Azir is able to play with these colors is because his legend carries so much of the deck.
And he plays different cards that you can't play in the other.
Exactly. He plays a whole different side of the game just because his legend changes fundamentally how you look at the whole color set. So if you have a card that's just like, yes, I make good cards better, you should be in a good card color. And you're not in a good card color, my guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Gale's crashing out.
No, I mean, it's just hard, right? When you see other legends like doing so well, and Shen is such an iconic League of Legends character. Like, everybody knows Shen. And like he's the head of the order, right? He's in that triumvirate, and then Zed's mortal enemy.
Cool. Let's do a match. Me and you, Zed versus Shen. Let's see.
Shen is Zed is gonna just crush that.
A little bit of reprieve. They appear to be trying to make a new archetype with Shen, where it's like the 2 units at a battlefield, and you give your big guy tank, and you like keep your small guy around. Currently, that does not work in the texture of Riftbound almost at all. But it's cool that they're trying new ideas. So I think, like, from a design perspective, it is nice that we are getting different ways to look at the game. I just don't think that this is the way that is going to stick, unfortunately. All right.
Yeah.
Shen, leader of the Kinku Order. Badass name for this card, let me tell you. 6
Great
energy,
name.
2 power, 7 might. Shield 1. I'm sorry. When I hold, if there is exactly one other unit you control here, you score 1 point. So,
yay!
This is like infinitely worse than Yellow Ivern. And Yellow Ivern is not even the chosen champion in that deck the majority of the time. Like, we've done a Green Ivern as the chosen champion in that deck. This condition is very difficult to get. It should have cost 0 power all day of the week. 6 for 6, 0 power, shield 1 would have been an infinitely more playable card than what we have here.
Yeah. I think this whole condition is just going to be bad, right? Like, when we're going into judging cards and their strength, you have to look at what the game wants you to do first, and then figure out how these cards fit into that schema. And why is Yi good? Because he is already benefiting from how you want to play Riftbound. 1 guy on field, 1 guy on field, 1 guy in base. Triangle theory has been proven and solid throughout 3 sets so far. And Shen wants you to not do that at all in a way that's always like putting multiple guys on fields is just asking the opponent to blow you out, basically. Yeah. You're asking to punish at every moment. Mm-hmm. So this whole archetype is not looking good.
I think that's a direct symptom, too, of essentially when you're at a battlefield, you turn all of your opponent's creatures into removal spells. Yep. And then they also have removal spells that hit battlefields more often than base. Yep. So I think the only way that fundamentally this could change is if in a rotation we had more base removal than battlefield removal.
Sure.
I don't think will ever be a thing. Yeah. I feel like we're always going to have more battlefield removal than we have base removal because...
And I agree with you, Teddy. But that's kind of my point, right? Is that I don't think that this deck can exist. Yeah. Because we are never going to be in a position where this deck can.
This could be fun. And I'm just like a limited brain. Like this could be fun unlimited. I feel like it's an interesting archetype there. If you're thinking, look, hear me out.
If you're thinking, hold the epic in my limited deck.
Well,
I was going to say that is difficult, but I understand what you're saying, Teddy. I think it's
yes.
a blowout, right? If you have it, you can resolve it.
Yes.
It definitely is.
Sure.
Here is the green legend Scourge of Shadows 5 and a green for 6 might. When I hold, if there are exactly one other unit you control here, draw 1. And it's the same thing as the other one, just drawing. And we talked about how that's good. It's
I'll give
okay.
I'll give you a design philosophy that they have done in this set that I think is the correct way to do it. When they are giving legends, or I'm sorry, when they're giving champions power cost, they're increasing their might by 1. We are seeing that pretty consistently across the board. I think that is a correct way to make these legends or these champions. I cannot speak today. These champions, because they are above rate in their might in exchange for their power cost being tacked onto it, which makes it more playable. Still not playable in the case of Shen, but more playable. And that's a design philosophy we've seen across the entire set. So I think that's something that's going to be holding true moving forward. So I'm excited about that. But that's about the only thing I can be excited about with this card. This card is abysmal. I think that there is no world that you will ever play a Shen from your chosen champion zone to be happy about it ever.
Not true.
Well, okay, no, the origin. Yellow Shen.
Yellow
The
Shen.
origin Shen is actually the chosen champion.
That one's actually a good card.
Guaranteed the chosen champion right now.
100%. There's no way we're playing either of these when we have that yellow Shen. That one's it. It's okay. And then we give it tank with the legend. We did it, guys.
It already has tank, doesn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty sure it already has tank.
It does.
Well, Shen is going to go in our guarantor of
It is
legends.
indeed,
Unfortunate because for someone who doesn't know League, Shen was hyped up so much, especially like it's in the starter deck. Like this being in a starter deck, that
makes sense.
That does kind of make sense, but it's just like there was so much hype around it, and then just for it to be this is like.
I think they don't know how to design their tanks. The tank translation to this game has been pretty mid, in my opinion.
Because like the whole strategy in general, obviously like you have Vex, but Vex is just an inherently really good card. And then you have Ari, which you can kind of just stack a bunch of stuff, ready your might or ready your runes and have interaction. And like, yes, this deck does have Ari, and you're able to play that. You're able to play Sona. Sorry, I'm thinking of Sona. Ari is the one who scores the points, but still can play this in this deck. But that's playing a ton of units out of battlefield and saying you can't get over this. Shen wants one other thing there, and that's like most of the time maybe like 10 to 12 might max with what you're playing, and it's just like you can play as many back offs and stuns as you want, but it's at the end of the day, it's sooner or later one of the units is going to get killed, and you're just left with one thing there.
I think that this deck is really trying to play score 1 point cards. Like it's trying to be like, oh, you can play Shen, and then you can play green Ari behind the Shen, and then you can give the Shen tank so green Ari can't die, and they can't get over the Shen because it's too high of might, and then you're scoring 2 points a turn. Then you stack a Spellsauger on there, and it's 3 points. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's like I get what they're going for, but it's just not there, unfortunately.
All right. Well, moving on to I don't even know what's next anymore. Mbessa,
Matriarch of War. She is body and order, and she has when you empower something else, empower me. Disempower me for a power, and exhausting her, ready a unit. Very good, especially since we've seen her 2 CCs, and they both have empower, and they're both pretty good. So that's a solid start for the deck already. Unfortunately, these legends like this will live or die based on how good the Empower cards are. And so far, Empower cards have looked to be pretty mid, except for the Mbessa CCs. So Orange in particular has had pretty good Empower.
Apologies for the quality. This is the only picture I could find of the card.
You're good.
Mbessa in particular, because she has pretty good Empowers. So I'm actually pretty high on this legend overall.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I think that this is probably going to be one of the better orange yellow decks that we have. It's pretty interesting.
Better than Fiora.
This is Mbessa Lone Wolf. It is 4 energy, 4 might. It is Mbessa and Noxus. Empower, I believe that's 3 and 1 power. That's
correct.
I have +3 and can't be dealt damage unless I'm in combat. Very cool ability.
Yeah.
We have not seen something like this quite yet in the game. I like it a lot. I think 4 for 4 is going to be really solid, and then you option select it the turn afterward. The reason I like Empower is because it doesn't take a card out of your hand. And in orange decks, card economy is a really important facet of the game because oftentimes you don't have as much draw, especially if we're going to be specking into order as well as other colors do. So Empower is kind of just like a buff spell in your hand in the orange color. And so I think this Chosen Champion is really good.
100% with you. I like this a lot. Even if we talk about this in relation with challenge, cards like that, we don't actually get dealt that damage. So we can challenge something in the middle of a combat, or like we can challenge something before we walk in to be able to take that field, which is very good. I think there's a lot of tech you can do with this card and this deck that makes it look pretty solid.
And then I can dominate it and renect it.
And now I play a Kali, and they readied and bring it back, and I can't do anything to them. Yippee!
Yep, exactly.
Well, here is Mbessa, our Order Legend, Order Champion, 5 energy, 4/5 might, empower 1 and 2 yellow, and then when it's empowered, it has Assault 2, and when I attack, kill an enemy unit here with less might than me. It's a high empower cost, but it's a very good card.
Both very thematic to Mbessa.
Yeah.
So well done on the design for sure. Teddy, you've seen Arcane, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yes,
so you know Mbessa.
Yes, I know Mbessa.
You know this character. Very thematic to the Dami Mommy. I've heard her called.
Dami Mommy.
Respected and feared epithet, by the way. It's pretty nice.
The epithets in this set are like, we can't do epithet quizzes anymore because it's just so like, they're so thematic now that it's just like, oh, that's...
Learn the lore, Teddy. What are we talking about?
I'm just saying.
Read some books. Touch grass. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to go touch grass after this. Thank you very much.
Good.
I think both of these CCs, while also being good in Mbessa, are good in other decks too.
Yeah.
I think both of these can easily see play in all of these other decks as well.
They're good mid-range.
Yeah, I think these are great cards to keep an eye on. And in Mbessa, they'll be even great. You probably run multiples of these in Mbessa because you just need more empower density just to be able to activate the legend a little bit more. Not 100% sold on that idea. I've not looked too much into Mbessa because she's one of those legends where I need to see the full set just to see how much empower is going on to see how the legend fits. But I would not be shocked if we're running multiples of these.
Yeah, I probably am orange in the Chosen Champ zone right now for me. And then I would probably run a couple of this Mbessa in the main board.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mel, Gale.
Oh no, Gale!
This is Mel.
That downtrodden face.
This is Mel. Soul's reflection. She's a mind chaos. Already sad. And she has when you empower something else, empower me. Disempower me. Tap. Give a unit. Add a battlefield. -2 might this turn. Maybe one of the worst legends we've seen. If we didn't have Shen, this might be the worst legend in the set.
Interesting. I don't know if I'm that doomed on it yet because I think of our card design philosophy or our card reveal philosophy, where currently she does not look very good. But if they printed this on Mel, one of the most popular arcade characters, I think there's got to be something coming. There has to be.
Have you heard of our Jinx?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. But Jinx was Origins. It was like pre this design, right? Because they designed in blocks of 3. I
don't know.
So this was designed after.
We have
it's thematic to blue.
We have 3 empowers in this color right now.
Yeah,
and none of these 3 are particularly impactful.
That's what I'm saying. I think there has to be something else that is going to be relevant in one of these 2 colors.
It's only 166 card set. How many things do I need that can empower it to make this good?
Probably 9.
Well, we have also the gear. There's 4 things in these colors that can get empowered.
And the gear's not bad. I don't think the gear's bad.
Really?
No, I don't. If I'm remembering
I don't think
effects on
great.
it. We'll see it when we
sure.
Cards.
I don't think I have it in here.
Okay, perfect. We'll do it next week then.
There you go.
Come back and you can see our reaction.
But now we can see the champions. These are some of the only things you can empower in this color, this is Mel, newly awakened. This is the Mind Epic. She costs 4 energy and 1 power for 4 might. She has tags Mel and Noxus. And when you play me, draw 1. You can empower her for 3, and she has empowered. Your spells and abilities can't be countered. If a spell or ability you control would give minus might to a unit it chooses, it gives an additional -1 might. So in the context of Mel, this can give you -3 might onto something.
I don't.
It's
like
not
this
great.
card.
I don't.
I don't
It's
like
not
this
great.
It's not great
fun.
at all.
It's not great.
So
I
then
actually
let's-
actively hate that this card exists.
because it'll only be
because-
good for like unhealthy patterns. Only
Correct.
good
Yeah.
for that. It won't be good in any deck that like is fun to play against. This card, if this card is ever good, it'll be used in the worst deck to play against possible.
Yep, 100% agree.
Mhm.
Which is unfortunate, but it
Roll
is
the
what
tape.
it is.
What's the
They're
next
trying.
one?
Yeah, they're trying to do her W with that ability, like the reflection
Yeah.
type.
This-
but I don't think it landed.
This is Mel Defiant Soul. This is the purple rare. She costs 5 energy and 4 might. She has the tags Mel and Noxus, and she has Empower. Discard a spell, and when I become empowered, banish an enemy unit at a battlefield with 3 might or less.
I like this card.
It's
I think this one
it's
is good.
playable.
Yeah.
It's
If
sorry.
If I had this CC in a better legend, I wouldn't be complaining. Because you need
I
one
don't
of these
know.
good.
It's pretty good removal, right? Because like empower, discard a spell. You're wanting to discard spells for Fizz anyway, presumably in this.
Not
deck.
necessarily. I'd rather be discarding drops, guys that I don't need. Spells or power more.
Yes,
often
but
than
it
not.
depends on how you're building the deck, right?
Sure,
we don't
you
know if
also
it's going to be like a
flow.
unit or spell heavy and flow. Exactly, is as the
Mhm.
mechanic. It's like, and it's a free empower essentially. Like you, there's no actual material cost to the power
Correct.
outside of the
Well,
discard.
Discarding
which-
is
Yes,
material.
but in a purple deck, discarding is very often irrelevant because you have so many cards in hand anyway that it doesn't matter the majority of the
That's
time. And
not
purple blue
true.
withdraw, yeah. Oh,
That's,
come on.
you still have to spend to do that. The only reason
You do.
Ezreal has it on his legend and his CC to give you card
Yeah,
advantage.
Ezreal
Diana,
does for sure.
Diana
but
has it as part of her champion.
and
Everyone
there's
is
going to be draw that comes. Don't worry.
But
there
then you have
has
to
be.
play it. It's not for you don't get it for free at the start of the game like every other deck does.
Well, you also have to play Diana, right? The only draw
no,
Diana
but,
has
like,
is like play
you-
units.
You have it for free. You don't have to like luck into it by drawing it. It is just there.
Oh, you
every
mean
single
literally
game.
drawing it from your deck? Yes.
Yeah.
100%. But like you could play stuff like Insult the Past and things. It's
Oh
not, it's
yes,
not the-
my favorite
yeah,
card.
It's not the worst thing in the world. But anyway, the Mel itself, the empowerment on it, I think it's really good that it empowers for a cheaper cost than using another power. So this probably is the chosen champion for me. Banishing an enemy unit at a battlefield with 3 or less actually reads like banish an enemy unit at a battlefield with 5 or less because of the Melch legends.
No, because you can't do it before this happens. You'd have to get her empowered beforehand, then do it, then play her.
That was how I was imagining this play pattern to go. Am I
Okay.
incorrect? Am I
Yeah,
incorrect
if
to
you
assume-
had that in your head already, that's fine then.
Yeah. Because I don't think you're ever playing this. Like if you play it in the early game to remove an early drop, that's fine. But I'm
Yeah.
more imagining you playing it in the mid game when you have the empowered legend to then rip
Sure,
the minus
sure.
2, play the chosen champion, re-empower the legends.
I'm with you.
And
I'm just
then-
seeing a lot of
yeah.
people say that you can like play this and then -2 something to do it.
Not
That's
no,
what
not
I'm
at this, not at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking that this is like the re-empower. So like you
Sure.
you have your original -2, re-empower it, banish
Sure.
the thing, and then you can minus something, move over another battlefield, like that kind of pattern.
Sure.
But I think that it's really rough that she's 4 might, to be honest with you. Like 5 for 4, it does make it rough. Like it is removal, and removal is worth stats, to be honest. Like something should have less stats or more cost to be a removal card. But this one is restricted removal.
It's also
that
a
I-
battlefield.
I think she could have been a 5 for 5, no problem. Like
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been too much to ask. So that tends for me to think that this is slightly on the weaker side, unless we get another good early empower card that you can play that will make that play pattern I talked about a little bit easier to
Yeah.
accomplish.
I don't hate it. I don't hate the CC, but it doesn't make the deck, and we need a card that makes the deck. And if
Yeah.
it's not the legend, it's not the CC. SIGs are very hard to completely sell a deck. The
Mhm.
legend, one of the legend or the CC, has to be really strong to make a deck pretty good.
All right.
Oh,
What is this?
Alawi.
6 and a 4. Alawi, Prophet of the Great Kraken. When you play me or when I score, play a 1 might tentacle unit token from Bilgewater. I have a +1 I +1 might for each token unit you control. The funny part to me, it says from Bilgewater, which I know like the technical like tokens say Bilgewater on them.
Yeah.
But
I
I
love
think
it.
like you just said a tentacle unit. Like, are we gonna get tentacle units from different places? Is that what this is referring to?
No,
doubt it.
no, it's from Bilgewater because it has the Bilgewater tag.
Yeah.
No, I know.
So the lore with Alawi is that she is a priestess, like I think the high priestess of Nakakaboros, which is a essentially primordial deity, tentacle god of the sea.
Oh,
Yeah. So very, very fun. I thought Alawi was going to be the yellow purple champion. That was my personal. Once they revealed this card, I thought that she might be, because I don't see what this card is doing in this set. We don't really have a lot of token synergy yet. Like nothing's been revealed on that front. It might be setting it up for a future Alawi Legends. But currently it's not very good. Even in Seraphine, you can't play it next set, so it's not going to be good in that deck where Seraphine really cares about tokens. So I'm kind of lost on this one. I think it has the potential to be very good. It's just not there right now.
Vanguard Armory, Baron, Alawi.
Yeah. Stocks?
yeah, there, done. That's the deck. I don't know how we get. Well, I don't know where we get to this point from, but that's the deck.
I think Alawi really could be very good. It really depends on the deck you're
I just
playing
think this is like
context.
this is one of like the legends you get or the champions you get, and it's just like
She could be hooked.
okay, well,
you
could be.
You can hook for her, and it's like the Darius deck, right? But she's
Yeah.
not in Darius colors, so it's
Like,
a
and
bit
you're not
difficult to do anything with her right now, I think.
yeah. Gangplank.
Oh,
six
Gangplank.
energy
one's good.
and 6 might. Gangplank Naval, empower for 2 orange, and it's when it's empowered. If a spell or ability that chooses me would stun me, give me minus. Oh wait, sorry. If a spell
or ability would choose me, stun me, or give if a spell or ability that chooses me would stun me, give me minus might, or return me to hand, give me +3 instead.
So if any of those things would happen, I got +3 might,
gives
baby.
+3. Yeah. And it has to choose. So I saw a lot of people that are like, oh, I put this on Forbidding Waste and I get +3. Nope, Forbidding Waste doesn't choose. Has to target, which are synonymous until they aren't.
I think this card is good.
I think this card's good too. I
This
like it
card
a lot.
is good.
It's purple colors, blue colors.
I actually hadn't seen this card
Really?
prior to right now. I didn't see this reveal. I think this card is quite good, and actually makes me excited to play orange, which is something that I've never said before.
Yeah.
So kind of pumped for
it's just fun. I like it.
I'm pretty excited for Jace with this.
Jace could be very fun.
Like, so just put Jace on the board, stupefy it. Haha. +3, draw 1.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, just like because like usually like, with those type of spells, you're stupefying it, or like with that type of stuff, you're playing it on your opponent's things to just draw and see if you can dig. Now you can play it on Gangplank, and just becomes +3.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of other fun stuff. Yeah, this is a very good card in my opinion.
It still can be Starcrossed in response to the Empower.
Mhm.
So you can still end up paying the cost and get nothing, which is painful. But
I think if you can get over that,
this
then
is still less painful than like an Elder getting Starcrossed. You know what I mean? Like or like
no, the
one of our
Elder's
other
free.
big cards. Oh, the other is free. But like if you're playing big cards in orange, you just have to. Starcross is just going to mess with you.
Yeah,
You
it's
have to
going to be.
expect it.
Yeah.
Could play this in like a repulse deck that has like multiple ways to out targeted.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Teddy, before we do this, where's Nasus?
It's coming.
Oh,
We
It's
just
after this.
separated. We
Yeah,
separated.
it was a very.
We just did every legend except Nasus.
Well, Nasus got revealed like in the hour
okay,
that
okay.
I had put this together.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm with
So
you. This is Jace, Hammer in Hand. By the way, that's an epithet and a half right there.
It is. It is.
Hammer in Hand sounds like an innuendo if I've ever
Stop again.
Oh
This
my gosh.
episode. He is a 4 energy, 1 power orange champion.
Yeah.
With 5 might. He has the tags Jace and Piltover. And when I become ready, choose one to give me this turn. Assault 2, Deflect 2, or Ganking. of the three, Deflect 2 probably does the least.
Yep. But Assault
It
2 and
does.
ganking are really good.
I mean, Deflect 2, though, kind of ensures a push into a battlefield that has no units.
Yeah.
So that's relevant.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Generally, I like to kill them, but that's a good point.
100%. But like, yeah, if it's just an empty battlefield, you don't need the assault, you don't need the ganking. So
That's
just give
also
them the
true.
deflect. They
Yeah.
can't interact.
I
with
kind
the
of
pushing
wish
in.
it was like, give me this until the start of your next turn. Or like,
No.
I think that would be crazy. Like that makes the assault and ganking doesn't do anything. But like the deflect,
I think that makes it too good, I would say. The deflect's too good.
am I
because
cooking too hard now?
I don't know that you're cooking too hard. I think that they would just increase the cost of the card if they gave it that, which
Yeah,
wouldn't,
That's
Which
Yeah.
would make
which
it
wouldn't
bad.
be great. Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
that's
want
fair.
it to be costed how it is right now. Because like I was saying with the Shen, the divine design philosophy has turned into the energy plus power cost equals 1 more might than we've seen in the past. So this is 4 and a power for 5.
Which is good.
It's really good. I think this card is awesome.
I like this card.
I think this card's very, and you're also like playing into like, oh, I can give it assault and I can give it ganking when I ready it with first mate when it's on the battlefield. It's very synergistic with what Orange usually wants to do. So
I don't think this is the CC for Jace, but I
It's in
think
the
it's
deck.
good.
I think this is a good Orange unit. I'm gonna play this
Yeah.
in just Orange decks.
I've been
yeah.
seeing it played and renected, and it
Yep.
like looks pretty good.
Anything with first mate, this card slaps.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
Next one.
Blue Jays.
Jace, Brilliant Inventor.
Oh, we want to read the card at the exact same time.
No,
No,
go for it.
absolutely
You
not.
got it.
I got it. Okay. 6 energy and a might, or 6 energy and power for 6 might. Brilliant Inventor has Jason Piltover as the other one does. And when you play me, or the first time you play a non-token gear each turn, you may ready something besides me that's exhausted. Thoughts?
Really bad.
Yeah.
Really, you said really bad. Interesting.
Gale and Eli just on the polar opposite sides of so
No,
many
that's
cards.
that's
It's so
because he
fun.
sees potential and I
Cor-
see reality.
Correct. That is
He's like-
100% right.
He's like your high school teacher, and I'm like your college professor at this point.
I think that's such a good analogy, Gale. I think that's a great analogy.
That's
And it's so
hilarious.
interesting. So, for a little bit of background on Gale and I. Gale does technical theater and did so in a professional sense. I did on stage theater in a professional sense. So that's very true to our character in real
That's
life
true.
as well, which is kind of funny. It's a funny parallel.
Yeah, I think it's just so expensive for this, and we can make this happen with certain other units a little bit better. Like, I would rather just play Pit Crew. Legitimately, Pit Crew is doing something very similar to what this card is doing. Sure, it can't be anything else, so like there's some synergy there, but I don't know
You know what I see with this?
what.
I see set 1 Heimerdinger.
Oh gosh.
I see some crazy gear like Vanguard Armory.
My gosh.
And I see like tap Heimerdinger, tap the gear, get the ability, tap Jace, re-ready Heimerdinger, tap Heimerdinger,
Oh.
hit the gear, do it again. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much you can do with it's so cool.
Is it over,
The fact that
Jake?
you can ready
I don't think. I
anything-
think that's just
Is
a
it
bunch
over?
of bad cards.
That was a lot of bad cards I heard all
anything.
together.
You can do it to anything. It's so
I think we just need to
interesting.
move on from this. This is like making my ears bleed.
That was a
Oh my
lot. That was a lot.
Here's Nessus.
Oh, Nessus! We found him.
Green and blue, curator of the sands. When you play a unit, gear, or activated ability with energy cost 7 or more, you may exhaust me to ready up to 2 runes.
I think this legend effect is good.
I do too.
Like-
It's pretty interesting that it's in a color that has no current ramp. Like it's in a color scheme that
That
doesn't
is-
exist
Well,
right
that's
now.
not true. We have Retreat and we have Tasty Fey Folk.
Oh gosh.
I guess no. I
And
guess
Find Your
that
Center.
is true.
I
I
am
guess
Find
that
Your
is
Center.
true.
We actually
I don't
have
consider
yeah.
Find Your Center a real card. That card's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
think
with Heimerdinger.
I think Tasty Fey Folk is probably the best example, and then Retreat is obviously good, but I don't think you're going to play it in a core with Nasus.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I'm with
Yeah,
you.
that one's kind of difficult. But I Tasty Fey Folk definitely, because it's also hits the 7 energy costs
Yeah.
requirement.
very
as
true.
well.
Refunds a little bit.
Here's blue Nasus, 5 for a power, 6 might, guardian Nasus of Guardian of Knowledge. Once each turn, when an enemy unit dies, the channel one rune exhausted. So there's a
Here.
little ramp.
Dies here, isn't it?
Oh, dies here. Oh, yes,
Oh,
dies.
When an
yeah.
enemy unit here dies.
Okay.
Very
It's like,
big
this
word.
This is yeah. That isn't as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Just-
You play this because the other one is actually unplayable.
The other
So-
one's
Yeah.
actually unplayable.
we can look at the other one real quick just to compare. 8
Pretty.
and yeah,
It is.
it's a
it's
good
so
art, but it's 8 and a green power for 8 might. Nasus Ascended. These both have Sharima and Dog.
Shrima, yeah.
Deflect 2, empower 8, and when it's empowered, when I conquer, you score 1 point.
How does this not say win the game? How does it
Oh
not
my
say win the
God.
game? It should absolutely say win the game when he conquers, or like score 3 points or something.
Or
you know?
Score
something.
2 points.
Or something. Like I
Score.
I was evaluating this card at when I conquer, win the game, because when we first saw it, like the thumb was covering up this text, which had to have been. I'm convinced that was on purpose. By the way, 100% convinced that was on purpose. I was evaluating this at when I conquer, win the game, and I still gave it like 2 stars.
Yeah, it's like there's just no world with the removal that we have right now that this is ever doing anything.
No.
Never.
Well, if it said win the game, there is that new flow card that makes it uninteractable when it goes in.
Oh yeah, if it said win the game,
That
Yeah.
would be okay.
yeah.
Score 1 point is not it. There's
No.
no chance this is played. The other one is a playable card, like on the bottom end of playable, but like a
Yeah.
playable card. So that'll definitely be the
Like an
change
Ivern.
in this deck.
A
Yeah.
green
Like
Ivern.
an Ivern. Yeah.
Green Ivern. The next card we have is his signature
Oh,
spell.
I haven't seen this yet.
For 4 energy, no power costs. Siphoning Strike. Deal 4 to an enemy unit at a battlefield. If you control 7 or more runes,
A unit,
A unit,
not
not,
an
enemy.
any
Oh.
unit.
deal 4. I guess can't read today.
You're
Deal 4 to a unit at a battlefield. If you control 7 or more runes, deal 7 to it instead. When it dies this turn, channel 1 rune exhaustion. So a little more rune payoff.
It's good.
It's not
That's
bad.
good.
Yeah, this is a
It's
good
good.
signature spell.
Yeah.
This plays the theming perfectly and works, right?
And
Like,
this also gets us like our 2-drop. We play 2-drop. They play 3-drop. Oh, never mind. This doesn't work as well as I thought it did.
not in like the early game.
Well, we can we can play our Lonely Poro or our Scuttle Crab, move it up, siphoning strike it, so that, we can go to 7.
that was more where I was
Yeah.
at. Yeah. You can also late game siphoning strike your tasty Fey Folk and channel 4 runes, which is interesting to say the least.
Tasty Fake Folk only channels 1, 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
channel 3 runes then. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but like
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to use it on
Yeah,
a Tasty
I-
Fake.
Most often not. You just have the option to because it doesn't say enemy unit. It says a
Eli's
unit.
always open for
Exactly.
the options. That's all he
Yeah,
cares
be-
about.
if there's options, there's a way to make the card good.
I
The
think the
majority
play-
of the time.
I think the play pattern of Scuttle, Lonely Poro, into Siphoning Strike it sounds
Yeah.
pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
to 7 immediately to get access to our Legend on turn 3, that sounds good. I like
Yeah.
that. Either,
And it
which,
has
honestly, Find Your Sinner might be playable.
it's super on theme, like super
Yeah.
on theme to
Yeah.
Nasus because Nasus in League of Legends has his Q, right, that he wants to stack up constantly, and his
Yeah.
stacks, however many stacks he has, is the more powerful he is. So the runes are the stack in this case. You're
Yeah.
substituting the stacks for the runes, and you are stacking up by using your signature spell. I think it's very
Yeah.
thematic. It's cool.
And
I
think it's
do
a good card.
also,
Yeah.
I think it's good. I also do think I saw this on Twitter earlier that Nasus and Renekton are doing 2 very opposite things, and they're the enemies of each other in League,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think is very good theming as well.
They're also
Uh,
brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Teddy.
Yeah, they're
Sorry to
brothers.
disappoint.
Nasus, Renekton blames Nasus because Nasus sealed Renekton with Xerath
Xerath.
in a tomb, and Renekton went insane in the tomb
Oh.
for thousands
Yeah.
of years.
That's why he's Rage Fueled.
Interesting. Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Oh, here
There
you go,
she is.
baby.
Yeah.
Tree of Insight, another Mel card. It just says Mel on it, but it's for 1 energy. As reaction, ignore deflect while playing the spell's cost and give a body unit -5 this turn. Our first card in Riftbound that is targeting a specific domain.
Yeah.
I
And
would
this is
expect.
a mind, by the way.
Yes, this is mine. This is blue. I expect this to get more decrees before the set ends. To
Well,
where
we
have
will.
1. Yeah.
We'll have 1
Is
for
that
each color.
confirmed? Oh, is that
Yes,
confirmed?
That
Okay.
was in the article. You have 1 for each color targeting their opposing color.
Okay. Well, there you go. I think these are so interesting to me because coming from someone who has played Magic in the past, and you have so much different like you have like other color hate that
Mhm.
says like you have all these like Island Walk and planes or like that type of stuff.
Blood Moon, baby. My
yeah,
beloved.
like there are a lot of cards in that game that do target opposite colors and let you not do anything. Like you can be prevented from that, or you do something to that specific color. I don't know if I like it as much in Riftbound yet. I feel like this could have been something that comes out in like 4 or 5 sets and it would have been fine. But this early in the game, this is like this card is just anti-punch first. And it's
yeah,
like,
but I don't have to spend 2 power on it.
oh, I know. It's just it's very interesting.
You hit the nail on the head, Teddy. This is a Magic card.
Yeah.
This is a Magic card design from players who played Magic the Gathering. I don't like that design space.
I don't either.
Mm-hmm. I have never liked the design space of, oh, you decided to play a white deck today? No, you didn't. You're getting absolutely demolished. Hate that design, in fact.
I just feel like there's going to be,
too.
if Orange is ever running rampant, which there are good Orange decks, this is just going to be a 2 or 3 of in the sideboard.
This is in every blue sideboard if Orange is in the meta.
And that's not healthy.
And it's not healthy. I agree.
And I think that's going to be the same case for all the other ones. Is like if whatever your hardest matchup is, if it works to get like example for LeBlanc, if there's whatever the yellow or it will be yellow, whatever the yellow decree is, if it's good against purple, which it will be, then I just put it in the sideboard, and as soon as I play purple, I pull it in, and it's just like
it really eliminates sideboard slots from the game. When you make cards like this, where it's like, okay, well, that deck's the best in the meta. I'm going to slot it in. And with the best of system too, man, it's going to feel so defeating for me to come play my best of deck and my opponent just has a decree for -5 to my guy. Like for 1, that's crazy. It's too much for me. I would have loved for this design philosophy to not carry over.
I'm with you 100%.
Well, we'll see what the rest of these are. We'll probably have more of them by next week.
Maybe the rest of them are bad, and this is the only one we have to deal with. That's my head.
That would be worse. Wouldn't that be worse?
No. It would be fine because it's like, this is the only thing we have to deal with.
Sure.
Because if they're all good, then I have to deal with all of them.
The yellow one has to be something like get rid of trash stuff, right? That has to be our graveyard.
I'm hoping. And honestly, that one would be like a needed one, but then it's only going to work against one color. Like, just weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Next one.
Moving on. Shady Spectacles. This is a card I'm excited about as a LeBlanc enjoyer. I love the card. It's so funny looking. I don't even know what this comes from in League. What does this come from in League?
I think it's
a lore card.
Oh, fake Heimerdinger glasses, right?
Yeah, there's a lore card. He has some weird, funky name, but he does the same thing. He copies the guy.
4 energy, and is a gear equipped for 1 and a yellow. And then it doesn't give any might, but I am a copy of the chosen unit. So this also says, as this is attached to a unit, choose another friendly unit. The equipped unit becomes a copy of that unit for as long as it's attached to it. This is basically like the line is move something small up, play it, attach it, copy a Rex in base. The Rex, it loses temper. You can also copy the Rex, and then you attach this, you make a copy, it loses temporary.
No. It does not lose temporary.
Okay, temporary. Cool, because I was told the opposite.
Anything that is given text keeps that text.
Correct.
So this does work for sprites. Yep. You can make sprites lose temporary because they have that innately. But because a reflective token doesn't innately have temporary and it's given to it by the reflective trigger of the LeBlanc legend, it will keep that temporary through Shady Spectacles.
Well, why does it
work with sprites? That doesn't
because they're innately temporary.
No. But it becomes a copy, so it should have all the tags.
No. Like if you put this onto a sprite, it loses.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yes,
I was thinking like you make the thing a sprite, and it loses temporary. I was like, huh?
But
it will stay ready, which is cool.
Yeah, it'll stay ready.
So you can I think this is really cool with sprites. I know I'm the Lilian guy. Yeah.
Let's stop the cap, all of you. If you say Zillion is a bad card, you cannot play this card. Come on now. If we're talking about token strategies and we're like, oh, Zillion is a bad card. This card is just Zillion.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. This is
not at all. Not at all. So, I have a Rift Herald on the board.
Yeah. Well, that's not a token deck. If you have a Rift Herald, you're not playing a token.
Well, this isn't a token deck.
This isn't for a token deck.
Right. So you're talking about temporary tags.
This isn't.
Okay. Just walk with me. Walk with me in this space. A little Disneyland, but let's walk in this space.
Yeah.
We have Shady Spectacles on the board. We have Rift Herald on the board.
Yeah.
We play Sprite Fountain, connect Shady Spectacles to it. We now have a readied Rift Herald.
Yes.
That we are now walking in and getting value from. And we can get the death knell from that.
Yeah,
Rift
I think it's
Herald.
good in LeBlanc for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good in LeBlanc. I don't think it's like bad in Victor either.
I wouldn't
just
play this card in
thinking
Victor.
if you're,
I think it's interesting in Victor for exactly
yeah, I
that
think
Sprite
it's too.
stuff.
It get like it's
And
just
he has the tokens, so like if he plays any, I think this is
think
like
it's too
big
expensive.
Victor. I think this is big Victor.
Well, yeah, if
No.
you're gonna play like a big Victor list.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
there's like
that's fine.
Watcher.
Okay, Mr.
Rift
Potential, let's
Herald.
reinvent Victor real fast with cards that we could get. You know,
Why are we
this is big
reinventing a
Victor.
card I can't get a best of for? What are we talking about?
I'm with you there. But
Yeah, that's fair. That is also very fair.
I was thinking about it for Renata actually, but
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yeah.
That's actually.
Couple more events for that one.
We have
card's
Wild
crazy.
Claw. 7 and it is a body card. 7 and a body. Power. Look at the top 5 cards in your main deck. You may banish a unit or gear among them and play it, reducing its energy cost by 5. Recycle the rest. Then you may do this. Empower it if it can be empowered or not.
well,
This
no.
cards.
it can empower anything regardless. It doesn't have to have an empowered effect.
I guess that's
anything
fair.
can be empowered.
This
That's true.
card's terrible.
Yeah, it is. But
when it first revealed, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Aurora cheated out." Or like, no.
No. This
it's just-
card's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
I
this
think
is
there's a 5 cost. I think it's green or yellow, maybe.
green.
Green
Reinforce.
spell. Yeah, reinforce. Thank you. That does this effect for no power and 2 less energy.
For only units, but
Yeah,
still.
but like
I mean, that's just better.
your added gear for 2 power or for 2 energy and a power. No, thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
it's like supposed to be like you hit Mbessa off of this and you can empower her.
I'm sure.
But yeah, I'm not for it. I'm not with it.
Raven Bloom, perfect.
This card.
Prefect.
Whatever.
Teddy,
Prefect.
Teddy.
Prefect. Oh my
Wait a
gosh.
minute.
I
Did you
can't
ever read
read.
Harry Potter, Teddy?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I just had to
Why?
make sure. They talk about prefects all the time in Harry Potter.
I know.
Yeah.
This is a 3 energy, 3 might unit in Chaos. When an opponent plays a gear, you may banish me to banish it.
Yeah.
Immediately, people are like, anti-Aurora, anti-Aurora.
Yeah,
I
It's
see,
true.
like, it is.
I'm with him.
But I think, like, I don't know. It's a very interesting card because you obviously have so much other gear running around. You have GA, which is very prevalent in green. You have LeBlanc Hook. You have Aurora, obviously. So you play this down and you can't remove it. Aurora just can't do anything because, like, your thought process through trying to get rid of this in Aurora is you play Sivir and challenge and then you kill it. But
Still
it's,
buy you a
like,
turn.
I know. And it's just like it's interesting to me because one of my fellow Merc teammates, Tron is bad, has played Tron forever, and Tron is a deck in Magic that has just there's always a card that comes out that it thinks like, oh, that's the Tron hate card. Like Tron is going to die because of it. But it's always survived. And I think I don't know if that's where we're going with Aurora. If the fact is like there's always gonna be cards like, oh, this is great into Aurora. Maybe Aurora survives through this. I still think Aurora's going to be a good deck. You can never count that deck out. It's always going to be a viable strategy. And if you don't hit decks that are playing this, then you're fine. So I don't know. This is a fun card though.
I think this card's great. I think it's a very, very solid card. You can also importantly hit the Zonia's reaction with
That's
this
also
card. So if they hide a Zonia's, you can play the prefect to play around the Zonia's prior to doing your push, which is kind of interesting. We know we're going to get more gear with Jace. So I think the card's awesome. I think it's just a really solid card. In the more unit-focused purple decks, this is probably going to be the gear removal of choice. Probably still going to play Turn to Dust in the blue decks that can, I would imagine. But this is really good. I think it's better than Acceptable Losses in that color for sure. Different use case. So like Diana probably still plays Acceptable, stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
she has the 1-up.
exactly. But this is a good card. It is a very good card.
I like it too. Just more options.
Ooh,
Winds and
Wind and
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Another 3-cost chaos card. 3 and a chaos power. Action, choose a unit at a battlefield. If it is 3 might or less, banish it. Otherwise, return it to hand. Thoughts?
So this is just like a new Starcross Rebuke, which isn't bad. I think this is pretty tangential to all of those. I think you can play whichever one you want that fits your deck best in a very like slightly meaningful different areas. Like if you can't stand the power, you can play Wind and Ghosts. If you need the reaction, you play Starcrossed. If you don't have enough guys and you need to play Wind and Ghosts or Rebuke, you choose which one with the power cost that's more acceptable to you.
Yeah,
I think this one will see its way into decks. I've been using it in some Kennen decks, namely my my control one, because I didn't really want to play Rebuke because it was just so hefty on the power. And I played Wind and Ghosts, and it's been pretty good for me there. Solid option. Fits in the same space. Yeah, but like so
makes it a little bit worse. But Starcross hits base in exchange for it being defiable, which is like obviously great.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think most likely this. You're right. It does see play for sure, but interchangeably.
Yeah, not bad. I like it.
Cool. Twilight Shroud.
Here it is.
Oh gosh, this is calm. 1 power or 1 energy, and give a friendly unit +1 like this turn. It can't be chosen by enemy spells and abilities this turn, and it has flow 2. The Aurelia card.
Yeah, it is an Aurelia card for sure. It's just a good card in general. People were saying this card was bad, and I do not. I do not see that at all. This card is very powerful.
I do think we're not playing too many of it. I think this is like a one of.
I would say 2 of in a lot of decks that use it, most likely.
Yeah,
2 of. Put it in the deck. It's gonna be. It chooses the unit, so it's gonna trigger Aurelia, right? It has flow, so it could be a game ender. It could be just assuring a push into a battlefield. Yeah. Like imagine this. It just makes everything a camel against Ezreal. Like how insane is that? Like
yeah, it's good. I just playing multiple of it is tough because it is just +1 and minus a card, and +1 minus a card is not generally the best.
It depends on how much you have in your deck, because like in a lot of the green decks that I play, I don't have a lot of card draw. So I have to play multiple copies of the card to circumvent the card draw.
Aurelia is really tight on slots. She can afford a like a one of this that does this cool effect. And also like if it gets flowed, it gets flowed too. Like that's totally fine. I think Aurelia should be on Traveling Merchant, by the way. That's where that comes from. Yeah. So like having this with Traveling Merchant looks really solid to me regardless, right? Like we can just pitch it and now we have it for the end of the game when we want it. So that's great for a one of. So I like this card as one of in a lot of decks. Not really big on it as more than that, but very solid card. Good option just to have and just be like, okay, great. I can't play the game now.
Yeah, it's pretty meta dependent, I think too.
Yeah,
like if there's a lot of interaction, you're probably on 3 of this card. If there's little interaction, it's sideboarded or on 1. So
yeah.
All right, finally our Poros. We wanted to end off the episode on the Poros.
I hate him.
We have Punching Poro, a 2-drop for 2 might in red, empowered, discard 1, and while he's empowered, I have +1 might.
Kicking, not punching. It's so obvious. What are they doing?
True. It's very funny. Yeah, that's Punching Poro. I like Poros. I want to bring it up because I know we're gonna end on Gale's favorite Poro. We have old Poro for 2 and 4. And I can't be played on your first, second, or third turns.
Horrific card.
Yeah,
horrific card.
What do you mean?
This is great in limited. This is great in limited.
Eli, it's not even good in limited.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not even good in limited. Not even good in limited.
This is good.
No, this is a good limited card.
This is a very good limited card. This is a very good limited card.
No, it is.
You pull this late, and it's
overstated. Anything is good in limited. It's not. Yeah, and it is overstated. Anything limited for sure. I think they probably could have just said, "I can't be played on your first or second turn," and this card would have been fine. Still bad,
but
more fine than 3 turns of nothing.
All right,
this one's
my guy. This is Patched Porobot. This is a 2 energy, 2 might unit gear. Unit gear from Built Over with mech and Poro tags. Its text is I enter exhausted because it's a gear. They have to say that just so it doesn't enter in ready. Would have been hilarious though. And it says when you play me, if you control 3 or more other gear, draw 1. Now, I don't care about the text of this card in the slightest. I care about nothing this card says except unit gear. I am so excited for that concept of a card type because I see this world. I'm seeing potential, Eli.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you're tapping into the potential side of things right now. Wait a minute. What's going on?
I play Poro turn 1. I push Poro turn 2. I kill it with my Jace, and I play another unit gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's insane.
And you have it's great way fodder too.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I'm
all
not.
right. Now I'm gonna be the
Oh,
realist.
right.
Teddy,
Oh,
okay?
come
Okay.
on.
I'm gonna be the realist.
Come
Professor
on.
Reed.
Why are you ever putting this in your Diana deck ever? Like it's a 2-drop, right?
Maybe Hui gets played in something else.
In what?
I don't know. I'm being optimistic here. I'm channeling you, Eli.
But if Hui is played, patched Porobot is not going to be the unit gear I'm playing. I'm imagining we're going to get more
I hope we
of
do.
these.
I hope we do.
I do think, by the way, the text is actually relevant. The like 3 or more
It's
gear
fine.
in Jace is good. Like
Yeah, it's fine.
for no power, drawing
Late
a
game,
card.
Late game,
awesome.
play it, draw a card.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
It is
pretty
good that like playing it on turn 1 with Jace feels amazing, and playing it on turn 5 with Jace feels amazing, right? Like
Right.
it's
It's it's a very good card in that deck.
I'm actually strictly because of this card, Jace is actually my most hyped deck right now.
Oh, interesting.
I am actually so excited for this idea because I really want to crash out when Thermo Beam gets played and all of my board disappears.
I was gonna say that's essentially what's
That
gonna
is
happen
tough.
to you, I think, because we've got Zed and Dakali in the mix for
that is
for
going to be
Thermo
tough.
Beam.
I'm unsure. Like the prevalence of gear removal is going to predicate how good this concept of Jace is that I have in my brain. But I'm hoping it's not too much.
Yeah, we will have to see for sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Disarming Rake becoming kill a guy. That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot to
Scary.
deal
Yeah,
with,
that's
I
gonna be
think.
real interesting.
A little scary. Acceptable losses. Kill my Porobot. No.
Oh my God.
My Porobot. Over number Porobot coming soon. That's
Please,
what I want. I want more.
please.
I want more over number Poros. I pray.
Give it to
I don't
me.
think they're gonna be in
I
this
need
set.
it.
I think they'll be in a future set.
We also get to
Yeah.
play Sprite Fountain and Jace. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this idea of Jace. I don't know why Jace is now like the deck that I want to play, but like
Right?
this
We
this
just
like
unlocked
aggro
Jace.
mid-range Jace idea is so good.
Did I tell you about my Azir experience in Las Vegas, Gail?
I think so.
Yeah, where I played one side event and got thermo beamed 6 times in one side event.
Yeah.
I immediately did not play Azir the entirety of the rest of the Spirit Ports. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that is not what happens to our Jason Joyers.
At
this
least we can
upcoming
Sabo
set.
that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true.
So like it's not like there's zero counterplay, but I cannot Sabo Disarming Reek.
Disarming Rig, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty insane card. But thank you guys for joining us on a marathon
Yes.
episode of the Super
first
Mega Riftbound
2-hour episode.
Podcast. Yeah, first 2-hour episode. Got through a lot of the cards. Going to be bringing on a guest in the next couple of weeks that a lot of you will know. Very excited for that. Stay tuned to see who that is. And I'm pumped for just what we're doing in the future, right? Episode 29 coming up. Been doing this for quite a while, having a blast doing it.
Yep.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Teddy, for joining us as always. Any last words before we sign off?
No, we have a big new series coming out in a few weeks with Eli and I. Also,
Yes.
a big sealed series that's coming.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. Vendetta is almost here. Lots of more content coming when that set drops. We hope to see. I'll see you guys at Gen Con. If anyone's going to be there, I'll be at Gen Con sporadically throughout the weekend. Gail. Oh yeah, Gail. Oh wait, we're all from Indy. Why did I said that like we're all not from Indy? But Gail will be too. Eli, I don't. You said no. No, so sad.
Sadly. I know.
Sadly. But say at us at Gen Con. Gail, you're not going to Singapore or Barcelona, are you?
Nope, just LA.
Cool. Well,
Perceptive.
hopefully see Gail, potentially me, maybe Eli in LA, question mark.
Potentially. Yeah.
So yeah, those are kind of our upcoming events in Vendetta. Gail and I will be in Milwaukee as well for the PPG event. But yeah, that is
That's
episode
an
28.
NRG event.
NRG.
is.
I'm gonna get the gods are gonna come down on me for that one.
Yeah.
Said the wrong 3-letter name.
Yeah. How could you?
Anyways, that is episode 28 of the Super Mega Riftbound podcast. You can follow us on X at SM Riftbound, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Super Mega Riftbound. We see you guys all next week for episode 29.
See you guys.